the smooth operator. Shawty on repeat, I say sleep later. This another favor, consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air, fantasy a dream, real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless, learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless, so I'ma style on them. They washed up, it's a rap, throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them, otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue, get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah, about time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward. The battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a minor. But made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly. Worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather. Be weather, be tripping. Starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this. Bad at board games, whole world clueless. Selling their soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a slice, extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge the teller? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame, ever blinking the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
I have seen everything that has ever happened, ever will happen, ever could happen, and yet, what the hell is this?
Are you ready?
Word to wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie. Wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Man, dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver.
Man,
we really ought to start the shows off when we just start talking. Because there's so much shit that just gets unseen and unheard except by the both of us.
I mean, let's keep it real. You got to get the hell up out of Cali. I mean,
I know it.
Let's just do it now. Let's just do it now.
We gotta figure out some way to get me up out of here. But while we are figuring that out, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, especially to all those people in the UK, because I know it's like 7:30 over there, and you all are getting your tea, you crumpet, y'all watching Top Boy, listening to Koji Radical and all that. Welcome to Blerd Cave number 248. Number one comic book media stream in this and any other multiverse that you can also find, honest to God, wherever the hell y'all listen to your podcast. So, with all that being said, and with me being able to do an intro just because, I don't know, motherfucker, reasons. Ernie, how are you doing? I can't even say this morning because it's noon over there. What's up, bro? What's up, bro?
I was about to say, yeah, it's like whole ass like 12 o'clock over here. I'm doing good for the most part. I cut my finger. I just realized, I don't know how I didn't notice this till just now, but apparently, yeah, you get like those like kind of like paper cuts, like kind of like it's not even like a paper cut, but it's like one of the little bullshit ass cuts that actually sometimes hurts worse than an actual cut.
Yes.
Yeah, I got like 2 or 3 of those on one of my fingers, I just realized. So there's that. I can officially say this. I am officially a member of the propane grilling family now. I'm in. I'm 100% in now. We're I get the t-shirt I get the t-shirt this Wednesday. I
do like that the very first super chat we get is from somebody with some sense who I'm pretty sure when somebody brings up propane to him, he just says his name. Not in this castle. Thank you. $3.99. We got a 5 here from Levesta the Samurai saying, Blerd Carter, how you doing this weekend? Well, apparently he cutting himself while grilling with propane.
It was building. It was I cut my fingers building the grill. So
got you.
Caveat. Yes. I didn't go to like a Walmart or Kroger where like the shit's already put together. I actually like got it off Amazon and they just sent it to me. So I built it in my kitchen and then put it outside.
See, now had you just gone to Kroger somewhere, you just could have pulled that motherfucker, put it in the trunk, and then just been ready to cook like that.
I thought about it. But this grill was cheap. This one was cheaper than going there, so I was like, "This is the convenience cost."
You know why it's cheap? Because now you finna throw all that bread to that fucking propane. That's why it was cheap.
Yeah, you ain't wrong.
Burning fuel. See, this is what happens when you watch so much King of the Hill. You know everything about propane.
Yes.
But yes, apparently Ernie is currently bleeding and having propane grilling fantasies, and I am currently chilling in gray and gloomy, flash flood warning, sunny California.
I'm not gonna lie, that scares me because I think there was a thing I watched not too long ago. I think it was like a fail army video. And I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of grown sour on those because sometimes they show shit that ain't a fail.
Yeah.
It's like just sad.
Yeah.
Like there was one where it was like, haha, like funny weather fails. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's see what happens. Some things would be people like falling on their porch when they go outside and it's like 20 below out in Milwaukee or some shit. No, there was a stretch. That was like a 2 or 3 minute stretch where it was nothing but people's houses and apartments being flooded.
Ew.
And I was like, this feels wrong. Like
see, flooding in California is not comparative to flooding in Memphis. Like,
yeah.
I can remember like going to Oak Court Mall, but the car was in the garage. So when you get out the car, the water is at your waist. Like you didn't went deep into some girl you was been dreaming about for a very long time. Just from waist on down, you just soaked. But yeah, I'm not really that fucked away. It's just gonna be some hard for California standards rain for like I don't know, maybe an hour or two. But Ernie, I got to tell you, this week, dog, I was disappointed.
Oh, what happened?
Not even because of the car stuff, because I'm not even on that anymore. I'm trying to move onward and upward. So one reason I was disappointed this week was because I mean you did a video on it, but that didn't do it justice. X-Force 50 was just whoo, that was a wet fart. Jesus Christ. Yeah, like that was the wettest of wets, like where you were scared you had to go to the bathroom real quick. Like,
man.
So that happened, and I said it on Twitter, but I was just like, dog, that's hit. Word.
Oh, damn.
And then that's when the argument, not argument, but that's when the conversation comes up where how long did these writers know that this relaunch stuff was gonna happen, that they couldn't finish their stuff? So I was disappointed on that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as a lot of you may know,
Uno momento.
What'd you do?
No, nothing I did. Speaking of Amazon, another thing that I ordered from Amazon just showed up, and I want to get it off the porch. No. So, well, I don't know if she's watching, so I don't want to say what it is, but I bought something for my wife. For I think I talked about it last week. That was our 9th wedding anniversary, so it's technically a present that benefits both of us. Yeah, Shrimp Gate. Yes. But the package, the package is on my porch, and we have thieves. So you keep going.
Go get it.
I'll be right back.
So while he hopefully does not get mugged on his porch for a wedding anniversary present, X-Force 50 comes out this week. Very underwhelming. Who just said that in the chat? Black Phoenix 77. Yes. Even with Wonder Beast, yes, that seemed it was just Lord Jesus, that shit was it was just like that's all that was. So I'm disappointed at that because that was for the most part 49 issues of heat with some had a little bit of a downward moment because they took too long with the Mikhail Rasputin stuff, but I'm disappointed with that. A lot of you all know, because a lot of you all have been keeping me to task about it. Superior Spider-Man number 5 is coming out. Carter's finally gonna get his video out. He finally gonna do the video. And then I read it, and then I just got mad. And then it's actually funny that we're gonna be talking about Solicits today, just because I had to actually go look up the Solicits to Superior Spider-Man just to see where the hell this story was going. I'm actually happy that you're back now because I can. Spoiler alert.
Oh, go ahead, shoot.
For Superior Spider-Man number 5 that came out this week.
By the way, that shit was heavy.
Oh, you're not talking about Superior Spider-Man because that wasn't heavy. That shit there was like, I know for a fact it was light because I threw the issue across the damn comic shop. It was very light. So,
damn. Again,
spoiler alert for Superior Spider-Man number 5. Doc Ock is still Doc Ock. Peter Parker is still Spider-Man. Spider-Boy is now possessed by miniature spider-controlled entities that have possessed Spider-Boy. So now we have the superior Spider-Boy. And I still got 2 more issues of this shit, according to Solicits, which is what we're going to be talking about here today. And reading that, seeing that final page, it made me even more happy that my Spider-Man by Chip Zdarsky omnibus came in, so I could read some good Spider-Man stuff. And I ain't got to worry about Zeb Wells. I ain't got to worry about. And you know what's crazy? Dan Slott was doing a pretty okay job because he created all of this. So like when I'm reading certain characters and things like that, I feel like I'm back home again. Mm-hmm. It's much better from the volume 2 with with Superior Spider-Man in San Francisco, but it was just that ending. That ending just killed. It was just like X-Force's ending. The ending just killed everything else that I just read. So
I will say I don't think I talked about this in my video before, but this is something I will say about X-Force. It does just end. Like it just kind of like okay.
Wait, that was the final issue of Thunderbolts that came out this week?
Wait, was it the 5th issue?
Maybe.
Because you know how Marvel is now. Marvel doesn't like doing.
I should have been paying more attention. Did they say it was an ongoing?
Right? Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah. You know how Marvel is, man. Marvel real quick to call a 5-issue book an ongoing. Like they'll call that shit ongoing and be like, yeah, no. So here's the thing. I wanna pull up something because you know you and I. So okay, full disclosure. One of the main reasons we're having this discussion right now is, or the discussion that we're going to have on this show is because of a conversation Carter and I have had in DMs, just going back and forth with each other about some recent titles that either have come to a close or are about to come to a close. And I just, so I just want to pull something up because so I was actually looking at this and I want to say that my idea, like when you say ongoing, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna give you my definition. It's actually a definition that I can't say is even 100% mine.
Okay.
So check this out. We're gonna do a little. We're gonna head over to the to the Googles, to the Googly Googs. And well, actually, before we do that, there's something I must do first because you know how it is with okay, there we go. Sometimes whenever I open another window, it just defaults to something else. But yeah, anyway, we're good. So here we are.
Okay. He brought up the wiki for Uncle.
So let's look. You know, here I'm gonna zoom this in. Let's enhance. Let's
for everyone that can't see this, that is listening to us currently on Spotify right now. Ernie didn't went as far as pulling up the Wikipedia for what an ongoing series is. yes,
I have. So here's the thing. In comics, an ongoing series is a series that runs indefinitely. This is in contrast to limited series, a series intended to end after a certain number of issues, thus limited. A one-shot, a comic which is not part of an ongoing series, a graphic novel or trade paperback. However, a series of graphic novels may be considered ongoing as well. The term may also informally refer to a current or incomplete limited series with a predetermined number of issues. So this is a more recent addition, and I feel like this part of it is the worst. Because to me, growing up, that was what an ongoing was.
Yeah.
When you read an ongoing book, you knew that motherfucker was going to run for a while. I actually think that if a book is not going to run indefinitely, stop calling little 5-10 issue books ongoing series, because they're not. Now, if it's one of those situations where a book got canceled, just come out and say that shit. Stop fucking faking the funk. Stop faking the funk and being like, no, it's ongoing. Because when you say ongoing, it puts something very specific in my head. It puts something very, 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 very specific in my head.
Okay.
And I don't like. Speaking of likes here, we're gonna pull this up too because we got to make sure motherfuckers are on point here, because I see 173 people in here. We got 67 likes. The math ain't mathin'. Most importantly, we also got the homie Jay Keno said we need to get them likes up, people. So y'all know what y'all got to do. Go ahead and get on it. Please don't make me have to go find the sweet dulcet tones of the Spotify copyright free jazz playlist. I'll do it. Don't think I won't. But no, I just it's upsetting to me because I think you and I talked about this. We talked about the Blade series by Brian Hill.
Yeah.
How that was supposed to be an ongoing. But it ends, yeah. But apparently to Marvel, ongoing is 5 issues or more. Because
even for something that doesn't run forever, since we not in that era of like
that's
Claremont X or anything like that. Like, dude, like shit. Even though it had one of the middest of mid endings, fizzled out just like, I'm not gonna be insulting to an ex of mine. 50 issues for X-Force. Yeah. I would say that was an ongoing. Fucking Immortal Hulk.
That was an ongoing,
as opposed to his Immortal Thor, which I am quite certain is going to be ending soon, because the first trade of it came out, but no hardcover. Yeah. So that book ain't got long.
Well, you know what? I with a little more research, I think I know what's going on here. So they're doing that whole Roxxon Thor thing, and I think that's why it's going to end. And I think once that wraps up, it might come back. But but until that happens, that book ain't long for this earth.
But still, even if it does come back, it's still only been released in trades. This is what I told you all a couple weeks ago. If you all want to get an inkling of what books are going to be here longer than other books, just pay attention to how Marvel releases them. If they release them as a hardcover, this book going to be here for a little bit. Look at Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil stuff. If they release it strictly as a trade, it ain't got long on this earth. You better buy that some bitch right now.
Yeah. Oh no, like it's very, I don't know, man. Just it's very yeah, I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like, and it's not even just like, this is more specifically a Marvel problem. DC ain't much better. Technically, DC ain't much better. I feel like DC is just more transparent about it.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't point this out. I don't know why I treated this like it was just a regular super chat, but yeah, Jake, thank you for them 45 months. Because god damn, that's a long ass time. We appreciate you. But yeah, I don't know. I personally don't care for the 5-issue meta that Marvel and DC are adopting. I know in the past I've said that, just do a little 5-issue this, 5-issue that, but I feel like they're using it as a crutch. Like for like when clearly there's a book that you could take further. Like, and people are asking for, it's kind of like what Marvel's doing right now with Kamala Khan. It's like, oh hey, we're gonna do Ms. Marvel, the New Mutant. It's like, okay, well, it's only gonna be 4 issues.
Yeah. And
then you fast forward. It's like, okay, well, those 4 issues, those are donezo. What is she talking about? Anyway, then next thing you know, it's like, okay, that ends. They come back with, oh god, what is it? I've already forgotten the name. Oh, Ms. Marvel, Mutant Menace. And it's like, okay, well, that's a thing that's happening right now. So it's like, okay, so once that wraps up, are we going to get another 4-issue mini? And it's like, I kind of get why they're doing it in that case, because you have like a Hollywood celebrity who's writing this book. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense why you're not going to go like with something that's more like of a solid, but like still, it's like, just look, y'all know what the fuck y'all doing. Just.
So we got somebody in the chat right now saying Marvel to Blerd, but if we told you it is a limited series, you won't buy it when it drops, or might not buy it at all. We need that money, man. Wrong.
No, that's wrong.
If you were told that it was a limited series, more people are going to be quick to get it because it's limited. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Also, go ahead.
I was just gonna say they could go the DC route, because Penguin number 8 came out this week from Tom King. I ain't heard nothing about what that book is. It's just an issue comes out. I'm excited. I read it. I keep it moving. They have not said it was ongoing. They ain't said it was limited. They ain't said nothing. I would rather you just not say nothing and have them issues come out. And then when you're ready for the end, boom, get ready for the catastrophic finale or whatever the hell. They don't say nothing. That's it.
Well,
but yeah, if it was a limited, everybody will be in them goddamn comic shops. Stop it.
Well, I mean, and also it's the same way I look at manga. If I know how long it is,
Mhm.
I am more or less likely to read it, depending on, like case in point. No secret, I've been talking a lot about Demon Slayer lately.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer, the manga's wrapped up. It's done. That is why I went ahead and got all of it so I could read it.
Okay. I did not know.
Go Loser Ranger. It's not done.
Mhm.
It's not done yet.
Is that your debit card as a bookmark?
No, it's actually a business card. It's somebody's photography business.
Gotcha.
But yeah, but what I'm kind of getting at here is the more I know of how finite something is, the more likely I am actually, because then I know it's not going to be a huge investment of my time. Like manga's a little bit different because like manga reads really fast.
Yeah, yes,
and
it does.
There's not like like I've literally been burning like I think I was on 1. I'm already on 7. I'm getting ready to pick up 8. I have 8 and 9 literally sitting on my shelf right now. So I'm like, boom, 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 boom. And also there's not like this huge history that I have to like be familiar with or whatever. And not to mention, I think that's actually kind of why I think people like manga, honestly. It just reads faster. Like
it's actually funny that you brought up manga and stuff, because somebody, YTube Noob is saying like, if you want to say an ongoing, one example he brought up, One Piece.
Yeah, that is, yeah. One. I mean, really, a lot of manga, like Jujutsu Kaisen, that's an ongoing. Yeah, because that shit's on like I think chapter 250 something just came out, which for those who know, chapter is the equivalent of an issue. So there you go. I do want to answer this right here. Anarchy Hamster brought up. Did you guys read the Miles comic this week? Overcharged Miles is epic. So many people hating Miles isn't stagnant like Peter is. I bask in their hate. Here's the thing about, I think I haven't read this week's issue. I actually finally got caught up more on Miles Morales. I like the book. I think it's great. I feel like I will say this: the Carnage stuff that they did, the little Carnage, the Carnage crossover they did, like, what was it, Extreme Carnage? That one didn't really like light my world on fire, but like Miles himself, I feel like is in good hands right now. Like, and it actually has something to say as opposed to a Amazing Spider-Man. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, but I also do bask in their hate because I think people, first off, if you hate on Miles, you have a bigger problem. You got a bigger problem, and that needs to be addressed first. Chi-Town Dan, the Night Skin King, says Marvel has established that black character-led ongoing series is 10 issues at max, reset, and then a years-long hiatus. Yeah, no, that is, that.
The only instance where you are incorrect
is Black Panther.
Is with Blade. Oh, you know what? Blade is another. No. Black Panther is another one. But Blade was not a 10-issue max. The previous run of Blade was 12 issues.
True.
It was 12 issues. But a black character led ongoing series, where is it? Black Panther is right here. This is way more than 10 issues max.
Oh yeah. Well, no, because that was
Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Yeah. No, it's I don't know what the fuck is going on, man. I just don't know. But I guess that let's just we can just rip the Band-Aid off this. We can just rip the Band-Aid off this because I feel like at this point, we can address this.
Yeah. Let's get to it.
Yeah. Actually, let me make sure that I've got everything. Oh, you know what? No, I do not. So I'm actually glad that I checked. Let's see here. Oh, you know what I didn't do? We actually had a third thing I was gonna bring up, and I'm now addressing that. I'm also gonna close Photoshop because
That's the second week in a row you have Photoshop.
Bruh, I swear to God, dude, I done gotten like really beside myself as of late.
It's that fucking command center you got. That's what it is.
Yeah,
It's your ego, man.
I done got
because you know you can have it back there. You just
Yeah, let's go ahead and put that back in the.
Is it more that there is something going on with sales that's contributing to all these 5-issue runs, or is it more Marvel resting on their laurels?
Well, no, it's not. Here's the thing. Here's what they're doing. And actually, I think, and I will direct you to my conversation with David Pepose, where we were talking about Space Ghost. There's something that he said towards the end of that interview that was very telling, and I think that it is really important to listen to what he has to say on this, because not only is he a writer in the industry, but he used to be a part of comic book news media long before he was a writer for Marvel. And or any other imprint for that matter.
Yeah.
The issue, see what I did there? The issue is that publishers nowadays, and it's not just Marvel, DC does it too. Look at all those 5-issue Dawn of DC titles that came out just in the last year and some change. And even before that, they were doing it, a lot of it. Like, if you you want this new Plastic Man, 5 issues. You want this new, like, what happens a lot of the time is they put a 5-issue out. If it does well, then they'll keep it going, because they did that with Green Arrow. Green Arrow got upgraded because I think it initially was only going to be 5 issues, and then it got upgraded to ongoing. Poison Ivy was kind of in the same boat. It got upgraded to ongoing because it sold well. DC is better about keeping a book that sells well and pushing it out there. Marvel, not so much. This is where Marvel pisses me off sometimes, is even when a book is selling well, they'll be like, okay, cool. Moving on. Oh, y'all don't want to take this and bump that bitch up to like 20 issues, 30, 40 issues. This shit's selling like hotcakes. No, we're good. Well, but everybody wants it. People, no, that's cool. No, we got another 5-issue we're gonna bring out. Oh, is it gonna be the same? No. We're gonna bring in a new writer, new artist, and hell, it might not even be the exact same character. It might have actually to do with the thing you were doing before. But no, the thing is, what David Pepose was talking about is that, and he technically was more speaking about indie and like creator owned stuff, that like if you have a comic, you're gonna have an easier time getting a publisher to put out your 4-issue comic as opposed to a 5 or more issue. Like, you come to a publisher and say, hey, I got this idea, it's gonna be like 10 or 12 issues. They're gonna stop you. Matter of fact, I was watching an episode of Abbott Elementary the other day. I think it's the most recent episode where Keegan-Michael Key is on, and he's a school superintendent. There's something he said that is so very telling, and they're like, and Janine T, she's like, oh, I got a proposal for the library program for the school district. And he's like, wait. How much is it going to cost? He's like, is it free? Because I like free. He's like, free? Not free. Like, that's how publishers will do you. It's like, wait. Is it 4 issues? Yeah. Or is it more than 4 issues? Because we don't really want to take that hit. We don't want to take that hit. You know what I'm saying?
That reads pretty well, considering, something that I talked about months ago that I really enjoy reading was this. It was a book in DC Black Label. Where the hell is that thing? I don't know where it is. I don't see it back there. But it was a Harley Quinn like origin story kind of deal.
Oh, was it I Harley?
No, not that one. Harleen.
Oh, yeah.
It was Harleen. It was written and all the art was done all by the same person. 3 issues. So that actually rings true to what you're saying. And they've done that a lot. I think Christian Ward, that's who did the Aquaman Andromeda. I think that was only 3 issues as well. So that's wow. When you say it like that, and I start thinking about certain shit, and I'm like, wow.
Oh yeah, like right now, I promise you. And I know people are probably tired of hearing me say that, like, you know, I know people are probably tired of hearing me say, like, yeah, it's coming. It is eventually. Some things got retooled, but like if I took my comic to a Dynamite or a Valiant or a Boom Studios or an Image Comics, do you know what they would tell me if I said, "Hey, I got this 5-issue story that I really think that would sell really well. It's gonna have all this cool, crazy stuff." You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna look at me, and I will be able to literally hear the crickets in the room. They will take my idea and they will throw it in the "we do not approve" bin. Is what they're gonna do. If I say, "Hey, I got this little 3 or 4 issue junk, and I really think it could be hot, and maybe I don't know, we can just see where it goes from there," and they'd be like, "All right, cool." Because that's not as major of an investment. Because contrary to popular belief, printing costs money, and publishing costs money. Which, I mean, we know these things, but they cost more money than I think people recognize. And yeah, they're not going to take that hit, especially on something especially if it's somebody unproven. It is more disturbing to me when it's somebody that is proven, and they're like, "No, we're not taking a chance on that." Like, no, we're not gonna do that.
I was pulling this out just to see. Now I don't.
Yeah, go ahead.
They never collected all of these. I ended up getting these from like Comics and Collectibles ages ago. All new Ghost Rider. This was the debut of Robbie Reyes, and I just wanted to see because it was 2 trades worth, and it was only 12 issues. And Felipe Smith and Trad Moore did the art in the first trade, and then it was Chris Anka and Damian Scott. Now, the reason you kind of made me think about that was just because this is 2 trades worth of 12 issues. And after that, I don't think that character got another solo series of that. He was just in stuff. Like, because I think we went back to Johnny Blaze, and then we went back to Danny, and then the Jason Aaron Avengers stuff happened. So even after it's proven that people will read it, if you get a solid 12 issues out of it, they still put them in team up books. It didn't make as much as we want. That is crazy.
Well, that's I feel like unless you're a proven commodity, they're not going to look. Let's put it like this: if your name ain't Wolverine or X-Men or Batman or Superman or even Wonder Woman is debatable nowadays at this point. They're not gonna give it to you, and or unless you are a writer of some renown, like a Tom King or like a Jason Aaron or I mean, shit. They don't even get, like, Al Ewing is literally one of the best writers at Marvel right now. And they didn't even get that motherfucker 2 issues of Avengers Inc. before they canceled that shit. There's like, nah, this ain't selling like that. Go ahead and get the fuck on up out of here. I mean, you go ahead and finish your shit. You go ahead and finish that little 5-issue, little whatever. But after that, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and get the fuck on up out of here.
I'm laughing at this comment I see in the chat. I wonder how many issues Saga was pitched at.
Bruh. Okay. Okay. So right there. Okay. So here's the thing. This is where Image is crazy. Because Image don't care. Well, let me tell you something.
Shit, they're releasing, like, their collective releases are completely different from Marvel's as well. They release shit in trades first, more affordable for people, and then the hardcovers come out.
Oh no,
limited, but
even worse, or not worse, but I mean, like, worse in terms of, like, just in comparison to Marvel. they'll release a trade, like a little 5-6 issue, little some trade. Then they'll come out with the big ass fucking like one of these, like this Paper Girls, obviously, but like they'll give you like a big ass, just not a hardcover, but a big ass trade, like this little compendium, and then they gonna bring out the hardcover.
Yeah.
Which is just wild. Like Saga is like the anti-establishment.
Did you know that
comic book?
Did you know Sex Criminals was coming out collected?
I thought it already was.
No. So.
Oh, you mean like in one?
In one thing, and it's only paperback because Chip was on Instagram and he was saying that he wanted it released collected in the most affordable way possible for everybody, because not everybody's gonna be like me.
That's
not
true,
everybody's
man.
gonna be like you and hunt down the hardcovers for them. So I think it's all of it in one big thing. So I don't know, man. I don't know, but yeah, you're right. Image don't care. Really.
They really don't. No, they don't give a dude. Image don't give a fuck.
You know
dude.
how I know Image don't care, because Savage Dragon is still a thing. That's how I know Image don't
I think
care.
Savage Dragon is like 200 some issues now, 300 some issues, some bullshit.
I gotta show you now. Y'all watching live ain't gonna see this, and our Spotify, iHeartRadio, all of our audio listenership is not gonna see this. Can I pull these up? I got to show you. You might be. Oh no, you can't show that one either.
Oh, talking about the one where
Actually, they used it. No. This was the most recent issue of Savage Dragon, Big Ernie. This is the.
Oh God.
For whatever reason, Todd McFarlane is letting Erik Larsen use Mickey Mouse in a Savage Dragon context, who is trying to get some kind of an orgy going on with Savage Dragon and his lady is Ernie. It's a lot. Why is that book still going?
Bro, first of all, I just looked to see, because I know there was a new issue came out this week. Savage Dragon is on 269. Why?
Yes, it is.
Why? There's look, and I know there's gonna be some people saying, "Man, you just hate, man. That's a black character." No, that's not the reason why. The reason why,
respectfully, get your ass out my face.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, respectfully, shut the fuck up. Have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up. That's all. No. I that's cool that it is a black character, but that book is.
Look at that.
It ain't good. It just ain't good.
I can describe it for everybody that can't see it, but there's a woman on there. She's like the Spider-Man archetype, but she has webs covering the naughty places. That's her costume.
Oh,
and she shoots the webs exactly where you would think. That's how she web swings.
Dude, oh my God, get the fuck out of here with this bullshit.
That is a very, very. I am not someone to.
I know why they did this. That version of Mickey Mouse, I think, is public domain now. Yeah, that version of Mickey Mouse is public domain. That's why they're able to get away with it.
But isn't that SA though? Mickey Mouse just randomly walking up to some woman and just tossing salad. Isn't that like? Why is Erik Larsen still allowed to do comics? Todd, get your boy though.
Right? Like here, you know what? I tell you what. Here's
you're gonna have to put your mouse in front of a certain thing.
I mean, I just especially after I just watched Quiet on Set. I can't. No. This is
even if you're trying to use it for comedic purposes, that is still what is wrong with you? Why is this bald white man allowed to do that? I'm not gonna bring up his color. I'm not gonna bring up the color of his skin. Why is this fucking weirdo allowed to do this? Why? Why?
Like, what the hell, dude? Like, what is this? What is this? Who is this for?
That
what
has
nasty
been my question for the longest time.
And you know what? I am actually gonna show this because it's just ridiculous, but.
Well, before you do, go back. Because what I need people to understand here is that That the character on the left right here, this woman was at a market and did not know that Steamboat Willie was around. He just did it. He just
I just realized something. This whole camel toe.
That's why I told you that's why I told you the mouse right there.
Yeah, that is a whole camel toe. No.
And I have to correct you. That's not like she just ain't got drawers on. But that's my whole
what I'm saying.
point.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's the whole cat right just out there.
Yeah, but that's my whole thing. It's just like, bro, that is clearly a no, and you using it because it's Mickey Mouse for the lulz, you fucking weirdo. And I'm trying to curse less.
This right, like what? Why? Who is this
like,
for?
come on, dude.
What?
Like, come.
Okay, so you know what? So you know how you and I we used to always joke about the Dynamite comics, the covers. They got the titty comics.
That's Mr. Rogers compared to that
right?
shit.
Yeah, I'm about to say because Dynamite don't even be popping off like I mean, to be fair, Dynamite does have some books that are very sexually explicit, but like not the ones people think. It's not the books people think. Like they had a book called Nyx that was very sexually like there was whole ass fucking in those books and like where you could see everything. But like you don't really get that in like Vampirella or Red Sonja, not on that level.
He said I'm calling Benson and Stabler. He getting SVU on the like Mark Silvestri and Todd McFarlane need to snatch that creepy little man away from these books, dude.
Well, here, wait.
Like why?
I'm just saying, dude. I don't know.
It's a comic for 13-year-old lonely boys with a 61-year-old motherfucker that's writing and drawing. Come on, dog.
Look, okay, I didn't want to make this comparison, but I'm not gonna lie, man. When I in light of some things we recently talked about on the show Thursday on Nerds of Culture, talking about Quiet on Set, I get real concerned when I see people putting like crude and crass jokes in a comic that, you know, once again, I'm not saying that this is a book for kids. However, you know, some kid in a comic shop could, well, I don't know if
he's
kids
giggling like a motherfucker seeing Mickey Mouse trying to get it in right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, dude, who is this for? Like, who is this for? This is for the, like, I'm not gonna lie, this for some freaky, y'all some freaky fools out there. If this is what gets you. Also, please don't make me put on the jazz, y'all, because Jay Keno said he said I got to put it on because we got 259 people here. I see 141 likes, and I'm a little concerned. So I'm just saying I don't want to have to do it, but if I must, I will. I shall.
Did you read this dub from Malik Young? I don't know if you had read that one.
No. Wait a minute. I think everything kind of ran away. So let's address that.
Dub. We got 20 from Malik Young. Say, just checking in with some pennies for the collection plate. Let me reassure you, those are not pennies, and it is much appreciated.
No, it's penny rolls. It's $20 in penny rolls.
Pennies and pennies. Jesus Christ. He said, this is for the collection plate after an absence. I've been watching just repeats because of hating ass bosses at the gulag. Let's get the likes up, y'all, because we all know they not.
Oh yeah, no. We need that. Also, I appreciate you on that one. And I hope you are. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Don't let them work you too hard, because you know how the man do. I will also say, and here I'm doing this real quick just because I want to make sure that I don't miss anything else. We got another one here from Sidious Black with the $5. Says, "Hey, Blerd Carter, Marvel Rivals, was that the game you were testing, Carter?" So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Don't you worry.
Real quick, you know what, we can do it real quick unless you trying to talk about it later.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it a little bit later.
Okay.
We are gonna talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Is it YTube News that you can have hate watchers? They not gonna leave it. I mean, yeah, that's true. That you're not wrong. Steamboat Freaky. Instead of Steamboat Willie,
Bruh,
you got Steamboat Freaky.
Somebody said Cream Pie Willie, and I was just done. I'm done with the chat today, dog.
What?
I'm done with
Bruh, no. No. No.
But that has always.
This right here, though. This right here.
I don't think I ever found Savage Dragon in my local comic shops back in Tennessee. I haven't either.
Honestly, there was one shop I think I saw. I think it was like back in the day. But today, no. God, no. No. Savage Dragon is not a book for children. It's a book for closet weirdos. Yeah,
that shit's weird, dog. I'm sorry.
That shit you sent me, like, this was some weeks ago, but when you sent me that shot from Savage Dragon where old girl she got the money shot.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. I was like, really? Like, why would you put this in here? I was like, why would you? What? Like who? Oh my god! I was like, man, go watch, dude. There's literally whole ass like websites where you can go like just watch the nastiest, most foul, freaky shit you could imagine.
I'm sorry,
but yeah, we got one from Jorge Pacheco.
It's very weird. It's very weird to pay $5 just to say some goofy shit like that.
Is it? Well, I mean, no. That is a little weird, but I tell you what. So Jorge, if that is in fact your real name, also I see what looks to be a weird ass fucking avatar there. So I can already tell sock puppet. But that said, Grinder or Scruff, I don't even know what those are. So you tell me what they are, because it seems like you know more about those websites than I do. And we've also got Revolutionary Dragon with the $5 says, speaking of solicits, I don't know how I feel about Miles and Kamala going on a date in Spectacular Spider-Man #3. I haven't seen that, but I'm going to tell you right now, probably weird.
Aren't they? Wait, wasn't one of them interested in the other one in like the champion stuff? Or am I misremembering? Because I didn't read a lot of that.
Well, yeah, no, it's there, but like they've been friends for so long that it does kind of like, the more I think about it, because like I always kind of took their relationship to be something that kind of started out as friends, and that they just always kind of seemed very like hyper friendly with each other. So I guess maybe I had a different perception of their relationship than what maybe some other people do, but I always kind of took them to have more of a kind of more sibling-esque relationship. But I do know in some past issues it was kind of hinted at that there might be something there, but it might be more one-sided than it is anything else, if that makes any sense. But that said, but that's it. All that aside, I will say this. It is interesting to me that I don't know. I guess this actually is a good time to actually jump into that. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's just go ahead and talk about it. I want to know why we always have to take a comic that is not finished and just completely tell people why why you don't need to have any, like, well, for one, either A, not have any concerns about where the book is going, because whatever it is not going to be so consequential, despite the fact that we're building up these comics in order to do and say as much. But you're trying to build up these epic stories only to just be like later, like, oh yeah, it ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter inside of it. And the reason why I say that is because something happened in this was if I'm not mistaken, Rise of the Powers of 10, number 3.
All right.
Rise of the Powers of 10, number 3. I want to pull this up. I want to, because I want to make sure that we are pointing all these things out. The character Ascani, or Rachel Summers, as some people may know her better. We see that she is sent to what is effectively the gulag at the end of this week's issue, if memory serves correct. Charles said, "Get your ass up out of here." He said, "I couldn't shoot the little girl, but I'm gonna shoot your ass in the back because you ain't looking at me. I can't look you in the eye."
It was very strange. Like, okay, I'm not gonna kill young Moira. We gonna try your idea, but it almost seemed like I'm still slick mad that we just didn't do my plan. So I still gotta get you up out of here. Like, that's what that felt like.
Yeah, no, that is 100% what that felt like. Like not even like I would say 110%. I would even go as far as to say. But yeah, because there are those. The thing that I found kind of disturbing in this, or not, I won't say disturbing. The thing I actually found kind of sad in all this is that this would normally, under normal circumstances, be a very, like, oh my God, I can't believe he just did that. Well, shit, what's going to happen next? No, don't worry about that, pimp. We got a whole new series. By the way, this is not the cover for it, but it was basically teased and hinted at in this. We know inside of, like, I think 3 months, Ascani gonna be back, and she got a book with Betsy Braddock, Captain Britain. She got a book coming out. It's okay. She's safe. Don't worry about it. She got her back blown out by Xavier. I mean, danger. Yeah, she got her back blown all the way out, but and out, like, from the back and out the chest. But yeah, she gonna be back. Don't worry about it. Like, that's the thing. That's why I hate. That's why I hate solicits, and don't even really a lot of times like reading them. But like sometimes they just kind of slip up into a solicit. But all that said, it's like we know it's coming. Like we know we know what they're about to do. We know, and it's like it takes a lot of the punch out of it. And I think I know why. I honestly, man, I think I kind of know one of the reasons why Marvel does this shit. Because I feel like Marvel is always worried that somebody is going to get mad or like go run to Twitter and yell at them or some shit about something that they did, I guess. Which, I mean, to be fair, after the Hellfire Gala, I kind of get why they're that way.
People have been yelling at that. I won't even let you use that argument to help them. People have been arguing and yelling at Marvel on Twitter for fucking years, dude. They've been doing the same with fucking DC. Somebody just brought up in the chat, like, you remember how the solicits, all of Tom King's Batman stuff was leading up to Batman and Catwoman getting married. And then one of the first solicits that dropped showed you that shit just did not happen.
Right. Yeah. It's just like, bro, like, what are we doing?
But just going back to you trying to help a brother out, fuck out of here. Like, no, Marvel been getting cussed out for every Spider-Man run that don't nobody like, for every Miles random DLC upgrade he gets, for every Captain Marvel, they've been getting cussed out. So no.
So Diamond previews ruining shit like toys be ruining movies.
Man.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, I remember when Jurassic World was coming out and they were supposed to be like, oh yeah, man, it's gonna be a secret, man. They got a new dinosaur. Man, y'all ain't ready for this new dinosaur. Woo, boy, man, just wait till y'all see it, man. But y'all gotta wait. Y'all gotta wait to see the y'all gotta wait to see the movie though. We can't show you. we can't show you the new dinosaur. We can't show it to you in the in the in the trailers. We got to hide it from because we want it to be a secret. Then your ass walking down the toy aisle at Target and see this shit. And you just like, oh. Well, okay then. Well, I guess I know what is in the movie. Shit, I remember they did that shit for they've done that. They've been doing that shit for years. But no, I just want to say that I do find it funny. Or actually, I didn't mean to put that one up. Put that one up. You know, I said this in my recent video for Blade. You know, because Blade is about to be going 1-on-1 with the Adana here very soon. It was basically revealed that the next issue will be the end of that series. He's gonna face the Adana. It's like, man, this is gonna be the most toughest, most grueling. Man, dude, I don't know if Blade can get out of this. I mean, this because he a black superhero with a book that could get canceled at any moment. So the idea this man could potentially have an instance where, man, this could be the death of Blade. Granted, if it was the death of Blade, Marvel would have gave that away too. But I would be worried for Blade if I didn't know about this. If I didn't know that in like another month and some change, Blade gonna be out here fighting vampires, running roughshod across the Marvel universe. It's like, okay. I mean, also, can we just say Jed MacKay might be doing too much? This man's gonna be writing X-Men.
I was really fucking surprised that it wasn't the person that has been writing Blade and vampire stuff and demon stuff and monster shit for the past 10 issues. I thought it was really weird that I think he has 2 tie-in issues for 2 separate things, and that's it. From what I've seen.
Yeah, it's weird because, well, I think I kind of know why. It's kind of the same thing I talked about in my Black Panther video. Brian Hill is not a comics writer. Not 100%. He is a Hollywood writer. He's a writer for TV shows and movies. So comic books is not his first job. And I remember when he was on Fallen Angels, back during the beginning of the Dawn of X, that book got canceled, not because of poor sales, but because he had Hollywood obligations and TV shows that he had to go write. So that, which oddly enough, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Titans. So that's kind of funny in and of itself. But yeah, he went to go do that. And that was pretty much kind of the end of Fallen Angels. Like, whenever he has like a Hollywood gig coming up, it's like, okay, cool, I'm out. And kind of the same reason why like Eva Ewing, her Black Panther only ran to 10 issues is because she's not a comics writer. Not like, the way you would think of like, some other comics writers. Like, she's a professor and she teaches classes, does seminars and shit, and grades papers, and does dissertations, I don't know, all kind of bullshit. And she's also an author, like a book writer. So like the idea of her being on anything for more than 10 issues, I was actually kind of like, oh, that tracks. Because if I remember correctly, I think when she did Ironheart, Riri Williams Ironheart, I think that ran for like 10 or 12 issues. And then she was like, okay, cool. And then the Photon book she did, which was only 5 issues. So, I mean, yeah, I guess in a roundabout way, yeah, in some cases, I'm like, all right, I get it. But even then, I'm just kind of like, man, y'all really just giving the game away. I'll leave
real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, shoot.
I did see that Robo called me out for this because he says I'm very quick to the draw when I see somebody say something in chat and then respond. So we got somebody in the chat. The Suave is saying, wait. So Wolverine is alive after the death of Wolverine. I don't know if you were talking about in the solicit standpoint or you were just trying to be smart. Let me put you on game real quick. That was one instance where Marvel actually did for a while kill off the main continuity Wolverine, and then they pulled Old Man Logan out their ass along with X-23. those solicits just let you know that there was going to be a Wolverine, but not the main Wolverine. So again, I don't know if you meant that legitimately or you were just trying to be a smartass. Either way, what you just tried don't work because no. So every solicit that came out for the death of Wolverine after that, you just knew like who is this new Wolverine? That's when they actually did take a chance because you had all new Wolverine coming out and it was X-23 and people went fucking ballistic because of that. But then you also had Old Man Logan who was running a couple teams here and there. So
yeah, because they had what was it? Didn't they have? There was one.
And then
he had the Weapon X book, didn't he? He had there was like the Weapon X book. There was Old Man Logan. Then they had Dead Man Logan. And then
yep. And plus they still had Sabretooth running around who was still inverted, so he was still he could have been like the Wolverine archetype as well. So that don't work. What you just tried that don't work because there was actual things to do. That wasn't like if another fucking person brings up those goddamn hot claws. That would have been the equivalent of the death of Wolverine, and then we see a solicit and he's been alive the entire time because now we have like 4 or 5 different X books that we just see solicits for where it was all a plan with him and Black Widow to go do some Black Ops shit in her book. That would have been a better argument, but that's not what happened.
Yeah.
So
Well,
take a seat.
I'll throw you one better. I'll throw you another. This is a recent offender. Is the X-Men announcement. When they announced all the X-Men teams. And we got it was like, oh hey, guess what? Y'all was worried about X-Force Beast versus Defenders Beast, like who's gonna come out on top? And it's not to say that like this gives away who wins, but it basically lets you know that for all the crazy shit that X-Force Beast got away with, it would make you wonder, they're clearly not going to put problematic ass X-Force Beast on an X team that quick. So clearly Defenders Beast came out on top.
Yeah, and plus it was very easy to tell what they were attempting to do here because everybody keeps bringing up what happened to Dark Beast. What happened to Dark Beast? Now we know Dark Beast is alive. Dark Beast is a head in a jar. So now what they can do is they can have their cake and eat it too. Everybody gets the beast that they want in the main book, and now you got a new Dark Beast to work with in the Krakoa Hank. It's very easy to see what they did here.
Oh yeah.
Like maybe it's because of like reading. I think a lot of people who have read comics, when you take all that shit away from it and you come to it from a common sense perspective, it's like as many years as people have watched wrestling, we can tell like where storylines are about to go real quick when shit starts popping off.
What's the work? What's the shoot?
It's the same thing with comics. It's the same thing with movies. It's the same thing with TV shows. You can tell where shit's going to go with that. So it surprised me that so many people didn't expect that. Or a lot of people think that that's the Krakoa Hank McCoy that is on that X team. It was very surprising.
Yeah, no, it just like they basically gave the game away. DC gave the game away on it was oh my god, I don't have it in front of me, but all the Brainiac shit that's going on in DC right now. It was like they gave the game away on that, so it was no surprise. There was no shock. Like when Brainiac or Lobo shows up in Superman, it's like, well, duh, because y'all basically told us.
Somebody was just talking about that in apparently the solicits have pretty much all but confirmed. Like I gotta scroll up to see, but basically the Titans ain't running shit. They finna go right back to being the Titans. Just Lee and them are coming back because of solicits. Okay.
Yeah. No, that shit's a wrap. Well, which and also I'm not gonna lie, and this kind of speaks to a larger problem with DC because I've said this before. DC hates legacy characters, and for a company that's so chocked full of them, I don't understand it. Like DC has more legacy characters than Marvel does, and they couldn't tell you how much they hate them. like even worse. But
It's so weird, man, when they come out and they talk about how these books didn't do too well. Well, when you drop Solicits, they pretty much show us that everything that's happened in these books that you are shoving in our faces is going to be irrelevant in July and August. Like, then what you expect, dude?
right. Well, and even then, like, you know, when they did the Death of the Justice League, when everybody got clapped except for Black Adam.
Mhm.
And it was like the Solicits had already given away when they were coming back.
Yeah.
The Solicits gave, like, I think Dark Crisis wasn't even good and started, and we already knew the Justice League was going to be back by the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and not only that, I don't like how DC did this whole big promise of, oh yeah, Dawn of DC, we're going to be propping up all new heroes you're not used to seeing in the forefront. And no, they didn't. Not really. Because it was like basically the way they sold it initially was like, yeah, the younger heroes are going to have to step up in the absence of the older heroes. But the thing is, you didn't let the older heroes go away. Batman is still out here running around. Wonder Woman, I mean, which by the way, I'm fine with Wonder Woman because, you know, Wonder Woman shit is so far removed from everything else going on in the DC universe. That it almost, I could almost look at Tom King's Wonder Woman, if not,
You know how
for
many
that.
people gonna come out here and say, "Of course he's cool with Wonder Woman," though. You know that's coming.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
okay.
No, look,
Okay.
go ahead, say it. Yeah, that's right. I love me some Wonder. But no, it's with the exception of that most recent issue of Wonder Woman, which I did not cover because it was a nothing burger. But because it was just a little fun, silly aside where Wonder Woman and Superman are trying to find a birthday gift for Batman. And they're like traveling all over the place trying to find something. And like, was it Superman out here getting his toes and nails did and all this other shit? It was cool. It was cute. But like, then they started talking about the shit that's going on in Wonder Woman's like, you know, core story. And I was like, wow. I said, I think this is really like the most I've seen anyone reference what was going on in Wonder Woman's book. I mean, you got Amazon's Attack, but that's like a tie-in to all the stuff that's going on right now. So it makes sense that that is what it is. But
So
yeah.
I was gonna read two super chats out of the way real quick because one of them had I want to speak on just with what we're talking about. We got a 5 from Sidious Black is saying PSA WonderCon in Anaheim, California is happening right now. Today and tomorrow, Carter. Just in case you didn't know, I don't know if I feel like driving to Anaheim, but thank you for the 5. I mean, I'll check it. I'll check. And then we got another one here from 2 to the
I got sent
1.
an email about that.
Could we have gotten a free trip to WonderCon and you ain't said nothing?
No. They were just, it was like just an announcement that Bill Sienkiewicz was going to be there. And I was like,
I was gonna say, I'll knock your fucking propane tank over. We got a 5 here from 2 to 1 that said, remember when Snyder's Justice League basically spoiled Doomsday Clock, or Flashpoint Beyond spoiled Dark Crisis? Telling the future ruins the plot. Let me tell you why I'm not with you on that one. If you're telling the future in the book, that's one thing. If issue 1 of Flashpoint Beyond came out and then Solicits are immediately telling you everything that's going to happen in Flashpoint Beyond and then tell you the Dark Crisis is coming, that's the fucking problem.
yeah.
If you're having to read a book and the book is telling you like the future state and all that shit that was going on, that's fine to me.
Yeah.
But when you have Solicits that are telling you each and everything that are going to happen, what's the fucking point of you reading these books? What's the point of you spending your money on in-stock trades like you all were really happy and upset with me for recommending that website because of the money y'all spending on there? What's the point of you going into these comic shops then? If you don't even have to read the story anymore, if all you got to do is read the shit, the Solicits are basically just spoiler issues in and of themselves. That's why I've always been someone who has said, and I know people are going to bite my head off for this, I've always said that Solicits should stay with comic shops only.
Yeah, I don't think they should be released to.
If you are not a business, if you are not a Barnes and Noble, if you ain't an LCS that you all frequent or anything like that, the general public, get the fuck out of here. I don't think you should have access to that.
You know how I feel about, well, the only reason, you know, I'll tell you what, here's the thing. Because honestly, I don't think it would go away even with that. I feel like, but I will say this. I do feel like Solicits, I feel the same way about them that I did about E3. Like, E3 used to not be open to the public.
Yeah.
It was like a trade show for like people in the industry. I kind of wish Solicits were treated that way. We're like, oh no, it's just people who are in the industry, shops and stuff. But the thing is, because of the nature of comic book news websites and stuff like that, that shit would still get out. But like maybe it wouldn't be as bad. But the thing with me is, I don't mind if a book teases a plot point for another book, as long as it's not just giving away the whole ending, which I kind of think is more to the point of this. Like, because I do remember in Scott Snyder's Justice League, there was like a moment where it and this I think actually had more to do with the fact that Doomsday Clock just took forever to come out. But like, yeah, you could tell there are some things that came up in comics that kind of spoiled what was going to happen. Or not, I won't say spoiled, but like this basically kind of let you know, yeah, don't worry about Doomsday Clock. Like, don't worry about it. It's not like that. And that's kind of what I don't like, because it basically just makes me feel like I wasted my time. Like, it's not like, because I want people to understand this. I don't care about the spoiler. I don't care about the spoiler. Like the spoiler is inconsequential to me, but it's the knowing that the stakes for this comic are potentially so low that I could have just, like, it's the equivalent of the work meeting that could have been an email. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like imagine, like case in point, imagine how nasty I felt reading Blade, knowing like, oh man, dude, Blade's going up against something he ain't never gone up against before. This woman's dude, she is whipping his ass. She is cooking his shit. And man, dude, I don't know how Blade's gonna get out of this one. And now I see the solicits and the trailers for Blood Hunt everywhere. And it's like, oh, Blade, oh, he gonna be in a wait, he's in a major crossover fighting vampires that ain't got nothing to do with this bitch he fighting over here? Okay, I guess. Like, it makes, that's what it is. It makes Blade's book feel like an Elseworlds title that has no consequence on the greater Marvel universe. That's what it makes me feel like. Like, it feels like something that does not matter in the grand scheme of things. And that's upsetting to me. Same goes for Black Panther. Like, I enjoyed the book, but like once it gets to its end, it's like, all right, well, he spent 10 issues exiled, so all right, time to go back to
so the
time to Wakanda. He can do this again, Carter.
Oh, God.
He can do this again. He's like, Wakanda forever.
So the Elite X one just brought up something to where I kind of thought of the counter to it while I was reading it. But he says, why am I going to buy 10 issues of a storyline when the Solicit tells me they're going to undo all that shit instantly? Fuck all that. So I have a counter to that as well. What if the story was just damn good writing? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I'll give you that.
Like, I feel you, but at the same time, it's like the Solicit lets you know that all that shit's gonna get undone. Well, that is when we're gonna go back to a time to where everybody was just trade waiting like crazy. So good, because now oh, so I'm not buying these issues every other week or every month that they come out, but I'm still a fan of that writer or that artist or that creative team as a whole. So I'm just gonna wait for the trade. If it does get one, because you didn't buy it. So if you didn't buy it, who's to say that other people didn't buy it because they all saw the Solicits and things like that as well?
Yeah. Also, keep the Solicits like closer to the time.
Somebody in the chat said vague.
Well,
and,
that too.
That's another one.
Too.
That's another one.
Well, yeah, because like if I know 6 months ahead of time that you're gonna be doing the Heir of Apocalypse, and you haven't even wrapped up the Fall of X shit, I'm like, well, I know how this is gonna go. I mean, to be fair, yeah, it is kind of like wrestling in a lot of respects. Because that's kind of, I remember when I was a kid, I say kid, still I was a kid, but like when I was like 13, 14, 15, watching
long time ago, long time ago.
Very long time ago. Watching running home to watch WWE Raw every Monday night. I remember when they used to leak the scripts on the internet. And like literally you would know everything that was going to happen on Raw because the shit used to be taped.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be taped, so like you knew. Like, okay, yeah, they taped this shit before, so they're going to air it on Monday. And like I remember because when they were doing the Ministry storyline and Vince McMahon like was supposed to be, you know, the higher power. Granted, Nitro, Eric Bischoff on Nitro gave that one away. But like it wasn't a shock to me that he said what he said because I literally saw the script for that show leak and it was Vince McMahon as the higher power. So yeah, it's one of those things like, it's a little bit different when like you see that shit closer to the time that like, cause you wouldn't see that shit till like the day of. It'd be like the day of you'd see that shit.
What do you think about this? This is a weird protest because these are serials. Everything always gets undone. The hero always survives or resurrects or gets a new costume. You're there for the ride, not the destination.
Well, here's the thing. The destination, yes, it's not as important as the journey, but when things end and it ends dumb, it cheapens the journey. Not to mention, if I'm reading XYZ book because, oh, this is going to be a tie-in to so-and-so and so-and-so, but then ultimately it doesn't have any consequence, I feel like I've wasted my time. Or if I feel like, oh yeah, this is going to be the book where like it's, you know, propped up that, you know, some major thing is going to happen that's going to change this character forever. And then all of a sudden I know that like, you know, by the time I get to the end of that, it's going to not matter. I'm just like, oh, well then yeah, this is a waste of my time. I could have been, I mean, yeah, maybe it was good, but like if I didn't have to like, I could have spent that time reading
that
something
shit
else.
Well in advance. Yeah, that's why I think that argument is kind of bullshit because the hero always survives or resurrects or gets a new costume. You're there for the ride, not the destination. That just goes back to my previous point of what Elite X1 is saying is why buy 10 issues or something if the Solicits are going to tell me? Because you might still enjoy that story.
Yeah.
What we're talking about here is what's the point of me taking the ride if I already know everything well in advance? Then I could just not waste my money on just getting it each and every week is coming out. If I could just wait and then just get like, why? Now I know I am in the minority with this, but I didn't watch Game of Thrones. I just waited for all that shit to come out collected. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the issue with that argument. I don't know, dog. It's just.
No, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Speaking
plus,
yes.
I was gonna say the one thing is like heroes die and they resurrect this, that, and the third. But with some of these, if it's something good enough, that shit could last for a very long time.
True.
So like what we talking about here?
Very true. Well, I mean, and once again, it's just the fact that the Solicits just they do too much. They do way too much. And even like here, I want to pull this up just cuz I feel as though we've kind of reached we've kind of reached this point where I feel like I personally I don't, like I said, I don't mind knowing how something is going to end, but like I don't mind if it comes from me reading something. Like, because usually you can kind of figure shit out for yourself.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, okay. Case in point, I always like to use this movie as an example of when it ruins it for me. I don't mind being able to guess the plot of something or the trajectory of something. But when I'm watching, like, case in point, I was watching The Village in theaters when it originally came out, the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, spoilers for a movie that's been out forever, but it was the movie about the people who lived in a village that it seemed like the movie took place in one time period, and it actually didn't. It took place in modern day. But I remember when the movie started, they lingered on the tombstone and the time, and like, yeah, you on tombstone it says like, oh, this person, you know, they were born this year, died this year. They spent so much time lingering on the year. I leaned over to a buddy of mine who's no longer with us, and I was like, man, I wonder if this movie doesn't take place in the time period they're implying.
Mhm.
And then you skip to, you know, the third act of the movie, and Bryce Dallas Howard's ass hops the fence and almost gets hit by a Jeep. They're supposed to be Quakers, basically. They're supposed to be Quakers in like the 1800s or some bullshit like that. And the bitch hops the fence, almost gets hit by a goddamn Jeep. And I literally looked at my friend. I was like, I don't like being able to guess shit like that, because I feel like that tells me you tipped your hand too early. Like, you gave away telltale signs. Like, and you know, there's foreshadowing, and then there's just not being a good enough writer to obfuscate what it is that you're doing.
Can I ask you a question? Did you still enjoy the movie?
No.
Okay.
The movie was actually, well, that in and of itself, the movie was bad.
Yeah.
I think The Village is a dumb movie in and of itself. That movie had way bigger problems than me being able to guess the ending. But it didn't help my opinion of the movie, because I was just like, oh, this is poorly written. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I can guess your entire fucking plot twist just off of one scene, you fucked up. You've all the way fucked up.
See, I want to kind of keep it to a Solicit standpoint, in the sense of, at least you were sitting there with your dog and you were watching it happen, and then you were able to tell. If you all never even got in a car to go to the theater without hearing something on the fucking radio or seeing something somewhere that basically told you, yeah, that M. Night Shyamalan movie, like this, and this, they actually took place in current times, and she almost gets hit by a Jeep Wrangler, like, then you wouldn't have even wasted the gas to go see it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I would not have. No.
So at least you were able to like experience that, and with that not knowing, and then you were able to figure things out for yourself. Elite X1 is bringing up an argument that people are talking about right now, where he said, basically, in a sense, how open would you have been to the death of Superman if you knew he was coming back in like 3 to 5 months?
Not very.
Because Solicits already told you what time it was.
Yeah, no. Well, that's kind of my point too. Like, when they came out with that whole, the reign of the Superman, I was like, because they were like, oh, hey, because that was the bigger problem. That was the bigger problem. The reign. Oh, which one of these is the real Superman? And then Superman was back inside of 6 months, because, you know, once again, Solicits gave the shit away. It's like, we know he's gonna be back.
And this has always been my thing with Solicits, and Dalzell K. Williams just said it in the fucking chat. Discovering new things and being surprised is the best part of the journey. That has always been the thing for me, is the being surprised.
That
you can't be surprised when you walk into a shop and Solicits right there, or they got it somewhere. Hey, you know, X, Y, is going to happen in their X-Men book, because they see you bring an X-Men book to the register to check out. So if they sit there and they tell you to entice you to come back to the store, every fucking thing that's about to happen, what's the point?
What's the point?
There is no shock in being surprised at the cliffhanger that you just read. Like, bro,
that answer is correct. But we got a couple here from Gearless Mo with $100. My God. Oh, that went off twice and it wasn't supposed to. Anyway, carrying on. That said, we have got the $100 right here. It says, isn't this just another instance of the creators not speaking with each other and running things in a silo until it's released? Then you read new Solicit, and if so, that if so, that didn't matter. Okay, thanks. Yeah, that it's look. I just don't want there to be this situation where you tell me, hey, guess what? The new, like, you're saying to them, like, oh man, the stakes of the end of the Krakoan era, it could never be higher. And then next thing you know, you show me a picture And like, okay, here's the best part of this. Here's the best part of this. Under normal circumstances, Carter, if I told you, Carter, that or I showed, let's pretend that we're not as dialed in on X-Men as we are. Let just pretend. Just pretend. You read a book and you see this scene right here. You see Slim going one-on-one with the Great One, Nimrod, and you like, would you not be like, man, dude, Cyclops about to catch it? You'd be like, man, Cyclops about to get his ass teared up. Because we literally saw Magneto and Xavier in Inferno not be able, even the two of them couldn't take that motherfucker down. So you got Cyclops? Yes, like I love Cyclops. I'm a Cyclops stan. But even I'm sitting here looking like, man, this motherfucker about to get sent to the upper room. This man about to get sent to the upper room with room service. But then let's say the next day after reading that, let's say the next day. Or yeah, I'll give you a week. We'll say a week after. You've had time to think about all of this. And then all of a sudden, you see this. What is that? What was the first thing that would cross your mind when you saw that image? After having seen the just for the contrast, bam. You saw that. It's like, man, dude. I'm worried for my boy Cyclops. And the next thing you know, bam.
Oh, he actually kicked his ass. Sweet.
Yeah, you're right. You're like, man.
Damn, he kicked his ass so bad. Juggernaut was got scared and joined the X-Men.
It's like, man, look. Even B said, you know what? I know I've been wilding out here, Cyclops. You know that shit I talked to you. You know how I barred you up back in the day about how you was out of pocket. No, you know what? It was me that was out of pocket. Can I be on your X-Men team? Yeah, all that happened. I'm just saying. Is that not an unfair thing to feel? Because I'm sorry, that's what I think. Like when I see this picture, and once again, I know I'm part of the problem. I'm hyper aware of that. I'm a part of the issue because I'm even the fact that I'm talking about it and spreading this, I'm a part of the problem. But everything that, like the surprise is gone. Like when I see this, and I don't know.
Hold on.
Yeah, what's up?
Where is it? When comic book shops were prevalent, now I don't know how true this is, but when comic book shops were prevalent back in the 80s and 90s, the Solicits used to remain with the comic book shops and not be so publicized. The internet did contribute to giving the story away early.
Well, yes, it did, but I mean, you also got Marvel and DC on socials, like just sharing the shit as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess maybe because of the internet, but yeah, no, I remember like, well, here's the thing. They didn't stay with the shop because I remember when I was a kid, you could literally like, they'd have like the little diamond preview thing. It would be on the counter right there when you checked out. So you could pick it up and go see what all's coming out soon. Though granted, the Solicits were vague. They were more vague back then versus
now,
what
let me
they
ask
are
you this.
today.
Because you read those way more than I did because I didn't know they existed, and I would only see bits and pieces of older ones in libraries. Did Wizard do that as well?
Yeah, kind of.
Gotcha.
Yeah, kind of. Well, but here's the thing, though. Wizard was usually better about it because they usually didn't frame it as like a whole spoiler. It was usually just a preview. And it didn't really give away like whole details, which I mean, yeah, to an extent, yeah. One of those things I just kind of had to get over in my older age is spoilers. I don't really care about spoilers unless like it's for something like I will say this: there's two areas maybe 3
Mhm.
where I do not care for spoilers. I don't. I was gonna say for TV shows, but those are very specific TV shows. Like TV shows that are dramas where like the twist is like the point. I don't like spoilers for those. I don't like spoilers for shows like that. Like if I was watching, like back when I was watching Sons of Anarchy, I did not want anyone telling me what the fuck was going on with that show. Yeah, when I was watching, God, I'm trying to think of another one. I would say Game of Thrones, but I knew it was going with Game of Thrones because I read the books. But yeah, like I don't want to know. Like if it's a comedy show like Abbott Elementary, I don't care because you can't spoil that for me because it's the jokes that are the key to that for me. Yeah, so like yeah, Parks and Rec, Abbott Elementary, Community, shit like that. Yeah, you can't spoil that for me. Like I mean, you could try, but I mean like yeah, I wouldn't care. I don't like when people spoil video games to me. And what I mean by video games, I mean like the ending of a video game. Because if you spoil the ending for a video game for me, that's a real fast way for me to uninstall that game and just never play it again. Because I'm like, oh shit, well, I guess I can go ahead and put this down. I don't have to waste my 40, 50, 60 hours. And certain movies, there's certain movies, like, and it depends on what it is. If you spoil to me that someone's in a movie, I don't really care. But if you spoiled me the exact ending of a movie, that's when I'm kind of like, okay, well, I don't have to watch this. Like there's like a major plot element to something that is not publicized and it spoiled me. Like when the Marvels was coming out and everybody was spoiling that, like, you know, once again, spoilers for a movie that's been out for a few months. I'm pretty sure everyone has watched that is going to watch it by now. But when people had spoiled that the X-Mansion or that Beast or that Lashana Lynch was going to show up as a version of or a variant of Binary, I didn't care about that because that's a stinger, and I knew it was a stinger. But if you would have like spoiled exactly how the movie ends with Monica Rambeau and how all that plays out, I'd be like, okay, yeah, no, I don't need to see this now because you've ruined the whole point of it. Because yeah, while the journey matters, the ending also matters. Like that journey shit that's cope. That's cope. That's what people say who read some shit that they loved and it ended on some bullshit. That's what people say when they do that. And to that, in and of itself, I say
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
that's what I say to that. We also got another here, 1999 from Gilsmo says, time is something I am not willing to give away for no reason. What's the point of the investment in the book if someone else is just going to undo it all and reboot it? Pre-site. I like once again, hold on. I can't stress this enough. That is correct on so many levels. And also, I have finite time. I don't have time to be reading shit that's getting that is inconsequential. Like, and I know that sounds pretentious, but I mean, I'm being very real here when I say this. I am a husband, a father, a guy who runs a YouTube channel where I read lots of comics and do lots of research to make videos for your enjoyment. I don't have time to be watching bullshit. Like, if I'm watching and reading or playing something, I don't have time for that shit to be made inconsequential. Because then, like, I remember, what was it? Someone had spoiled or no, it wasn't someone, actually. It was Sega. They did it themselves. There was a story element of Like a Dragon Gaiden that got spoiled in a trailer for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. And it's something that I really wish they would have, A, kept out of the fucking trailer for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, not just for Gaiden's sake, but for Infinite Wealth's own sake, because I feel like the plot, that plot reveal, and I don't want anyone putting it here in the chat just in case there's somebody that, has not played it yet, but it actually made me not finish Like a Dragon Gaiden. Like, I was like, well, I guess I don't have to play this anymore. Uninstall. And that was after putting, 12, 15 hours into the game, which to me is an investment. I just, yeah. That's just where I'm at on that. So, but also, you know what? Yeah, I want to lighten the mood. So, you know what? Thank you for that 1999 super chat. See, I can't feel bad when that happens. See, I feel better already. That cool black nerd with the also says, at this point, comic book fandom is so insulated they may be better off using solicits only for new creative teams and new books. That's kind of not an unfair statement. Honestly, I feel like, yeah, because here's the thing. You're gonna read Batman. Let's just accept that. People are gonna read Superman. People are going to read X-Men. They're going to read Spider-Man. I mean, that's just proof of the fact that Zeb Wells is writing Amazing Spider-Man. People are still reading it, despite the fact that they don't like it. But yeah, if you're like talking about a book that doesn't normally come out, yeah, maybe drop a solicit. And if you want to show me like a cover for something, cool. Like, that's fine. But I don't really. I feel like solicits are more for comic shops than they are for comics readers. And I feel like it should go back to being that way. You know what I mean? But also, thank you for that 1999 super chat. Thank you. See, I'm already feeling better about this. I'm feeling better about this already in so many ways. That said, you know what? I don't really want to talk about this anymore because it makes me angry. And I don't want to go back to being angry, Carter. So you know what we're going to talk about? Yay! The Overwatch clone that's coming out. Yay! I'm making it hot for Carter right now. It's like anyway, so yeah, we got the announcement. This is honestly worst kept secret. I think in I can say, worst kept secret. We've got Marvel Rivals that was recently announced, which is by NetEase Games, which, if I'm not mistaken, is more of a mobile game developer, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong, Carter.
They did for console and PC. A lot of you all might know them from Naraka Blade Point.
Okay, that is what I know them for then. But they're a Chinese developer if I'm not mistaken. I'm looking to see what other games they've done other than Naraka. Let's see. Oh, here, I got it right here on the phone. Let's see. Yeah, Naraka Blade Point, duh. They also did Diablo Immortal. Okay, cool. Okay. Dead by Daylight Mobile. Okay. All right. And then we have also got, they have, the fuck is this? Interesting. I didn't know. They did, what was it? Lord of the Rings, Rise to War, Marvel Super War. So this is really their first Marvel thing. They also did Marvel Duel. Okay. All right. I can rocks with this. Well, come to find out, the game is happening. This is was effectively a hero shooter. I don't even mean that as a pun. I mean, yeah, it is effectively a hero shooter that is going to involve some of your favorite Marvel characters doing your favorite Marvel things. But yeah, it's got a pretty wild cast. You see characters like Loki, Magic, Namor, Luna Snow, Rocket and Groot, Black Panther and Iron Man and Spider-Man and Penny Parker and Hulk and so on and so forth. It's kind of wild. But I think the thing that's probably the most telling in this is that it's not a what's the best way to put this? It's not a first person game like Overwatch is, even though it has a lot of similarities. But yeah, You can look at some of the characters and you can probably tell what they play like. I feel like some characters are even amalgams of characters from Overwatch just based on some of the footage that we have seen. And I also like that there's something in this game that, and correct me if I'm wrong, Carter, I don't think Overwatch has, no, I'm not asking you because of that. I'm asking you because you play more Overwatch than I do. Is something very telling here is team ups.
Yeah.
Team up attacks. I mean, I guess technically you have team up attacks in Overwatch, like when you combo other people's moves, because there's some characters Overwatch, their moves just kind of like synergize with each other really well. But these are actually called out in the game, apparently. Which I think is a nice, it's a nice little touch. Like you see here, like, yeah, we got Namor and Luna Snow. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but apparently they have team up activated.
Well, okay, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Shoot.
They didn't learn. This is somebody in the chat. They didn't learn from WB Rival. It will be bad. So first thing is, you've never fucking played it. So how the fuck could you say something is gonna be bad off a trailer? That's number one. Number two, the WB Rival. You're talking about multiverses. That game is coming out in a couple months. That's another thing. This hasn't been a secret because it was announced years ago. No, it wasn't. It was just rumors.
Yeah. Also true.
Let me see. It's 10 years too late, to be honest, for the BR craze. Apparently you're not listening because that clearly, or apparently you ain't reading either, because that says Overwatch clone in the bottom, in the lower thirds there, and you saying this is a BR game. I don't know the fuck you got that from.
This is not.
It will also be loaded with micros being NetEase. It had microtransactions in it, but it was all for cosmetic skins. So you just wanting to be mad is what it sounds like, because you just saying a whole lot of stuff for somebody that's only had a trailer.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is not. You know what? I'll give them this. If there's any one reason to think this might be a battle royale, I would almost be willing. I'm gonna be charitable here and say they probably saw the third person perspective. The kind of it doesn't look like Fortnite to me, but it does kind of have that kind of hyper stylized look of Fortnite. I'll be like, okay, but no. It's a tremendous leap in logic. Like, I mean, that is some fucking Spider-Man levels of agility to reach that conclusion. But I'm just trying to be charitable.
Yeah,
but
that's all I'm saying. It was just like, that's a lot of speculation from you off a trailer and an image. So you got a lot of y'all really got to stop that, man. Y'all really got to stop pulling shit out of your. I apologize. Should have called it a MOBA. It's not a MOBA either.
Not a MOBA either. Nope.
Like, y'all just gotta stop just leaping off the porch. So many of y'all do that shit. Y'all got to cut that out. Not even when it comes to like comic books or anything like that. Just from just living life standpoint, y'all got to stop jumping off the porch.
It's not a Fortnite clone or a variant, Tiamat. Not at all.
Like, holy shit! I wasn't even gonna say your name and just air you out like that, but like,
I mean, because I'm looking at it. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. I couldn't help. But yeah. Here's the thing. This is Overwatch, and Overwatch isn't a battle royal. And I mean, we're being
okay. This is not
a hero shooter. It's a hero.
I've been told several times I can't talk about anything that I have done from like. In it, but like, it's a 6v6 competitive. It's literally, it's Overwatch 1 in third person with Marvel characters in it. Trying to be as vague as possible because they have told me. Like, I showed Ernie the DM about it. It ain't Fortnite. It ain't a MOBA. They've worked on MOBAs before, but it ain't Fortnite. It ain't a MOBA. It ain't WB Rivals. It's just not a Smash clone. I just feel like you just want to be mad and you just want to call something trash because everybody else is gonna call it trash, and you want to feel good about you.
Okay, here's the thing.
Because you want to be with the group and you want that pat on your head.
Here's the thing.
I could be wrong.
Well, no. Here's the thing. I see some people say it's a Valorant clone. Okay, first off, shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something.
Well,
I'm gonna say it because here's the thing. I've seen what this game has to offer. Just in terms of the leaks. The leaks. I'm talking about the leaks. The leaks. There are people who leak shit. You know what I'm talking about. Even down to the fucking announcer, which I think they revealed it the other day, or in the trailer, was Galacta.
Y'all make me sick. That boy said it reminds me of X-Men Legends and Marvel Alliance. Y'all make me sick.
Y'all ain't shit.
Where y'all get that from?
Yeah, I have no idea. But no, like even just from the trailer, watching the way the game plays, it even has similar sound effects as Fortnite. The way that the characters are interacting with stuff and doing missions, it looks, or not Fortnite, but it looks like Overwatch. It looks and sounds like Overwatch. Yeah. So like, yeah, that I'm sorry, but like it kind of reminds me of that interaction that happened in the Discord the other day, where someone was trying to tell everyone how a certain character played, and it's like,
oh yeah, off a screenshot.
Yeah, off a screenshot.
And I'm trying to be as vague as possible, and just I didn't even have to be vague. I was just like, bro, you going off a screenshot and are speculating. I've been playing it for like months. I'm telling you, you wrong.
If anyone could,
you still doubling down.
Yeah, but no, I you know what it is? It's that internet culture. It's that internet culture because you have to be right. You have to be correct, and you have to convince other people that you are correct. Otherwise, your mind might explode. But yeah,
that's one thing. It's wild they pull Galactica back out their ass after all these years. I remember when people were saying the same thing for that mobile Contest of Champions fighting game, that then Al Ewing started. I think it was Al Ewing that started doing the comic for it for a little bit. So I don't know why they always do that for like games. I would mind seeing a lot of this stuff come from comics first and then maybe go into the other stuff. But again, y'all, like let me I can clear the air for some of this. It's when I say Overwatch 1, I was very specific in saying Overwatch 1 because Overwatch 1 was 6v6. But yeah, this is 6v6 Overwatch 1 in third person with a Marvel coat of paint. And I know some people are going to be really salty that from a competitive standpoint that it is in third person, because a lot of people don't like competitive third person games because they feel like it's cheating when you can like third person peeking and things like that. But I'm all for it just from a monetization standpoint, just because and I've said this before because I saw somebody else was bringing up the microtransactions that NetEase does in their games. I'm cool with it from a skins standpoint if I can actually see the damn skins. So I'm cool with it from that point. I like it in third person from that point. I have never understood the people that, I mean, they just like don't like pouring a 40 out just the money that they give in Overwatch and Blizzard with the character with the hero skins of Overwatch, and you can't even see them. Weapon skins, sure, but
weapon skins
like okay, boom, that shot of Black Panther, you can see that in the game. You're not just gonna see his claws. So like, I've never for the life of me understood pouring money into these games for character skins where you can't see the characters. I have never understood that for the life of me.
Well, it's like DBD. Like, I love getting the skins for the survivors because I can see them. But like the skins for the killers always seem weird to me. Like weapon skins, yes. But the actual body skins always seem kind of like the only case I can make for it, there were some skins that I thought were like just kind of funny, like Bunny Legion, and it's mostly because I knew it terrified some people because they're just off-putting. But yeah, and then there were some that were just kind of to meme, like Michael Myers in the hospital gown. I always just thought that was funny, but but still. Skins for a character who you can't see is kind of dumb.
Yeah, I've always thought that was crazy. Is it coming out this year? No. It's still alpha stuff.
Also, the fact that Luna Snow is in this game is just wild to me.
That's one thing I really like, because I'm going to keep it a band with you. I have no clue who that is, but I like that they're in the game because who is that? And then I just started looking up who that was and like what books I should read. So that's what I like. That's the one thing I think it is safe for me to say. Because I was asked about like how I like certain things, and I like obscure characters like that. In which when I found out that apparently Luna Snow, it's more in the East, in the other part of the world, she is hella known. Just when it comes to here, I don't know who that is, so I like so I like that point.
She
Just
actually
another
has,
monster.
she has music.
Okay, I see. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she has music.
You knew more about it more than I did. I can't say as to why because I almost told on myself just then, but just another monster. He's saying that he is going to main Penny Parker in the chat, and I can tell you, I'm going to hate you. I'm going to hate your guts if you main Penny Parker and get good with Penny Parker. I'm going to despise you. I am going to get my account banned chat-wise for toxicity because I'm going to the salt will be very real. But I can say that there are some kinks that need to be worked out. There's a lot of kinks that need to be worked out. Another thing that I can also say is like I think that people keep talking about the Overwatch aspect, but they're not talking about Penny is not diva. Devontae
No.
Penny is not diva.
Oddly enough, that's Hulk. I can say that.
No, because I almost said something just then. But what I need you all to remember is just that the one thing that they keep talking about with the game is the destructible maps. And I think that's the one thing that you all really need to kind of keep in your mind is the destructible maps. Let's take some Overwatch real quick. A lot of you all might get really annoyed when there's a Widowmaker or a Soldier 76. You know what? I'm gonna say this part, and if I get in trouble, I'm cool with it. I like that I'm in that trailer, but you don't know that I'm in that trailer. If you all go back to that trailer, because I put it in the Discord, because that part made me smile. If you go back to that trailer and you see the Hulk, and you see the Hulk jump, and he punches the shit out of a Namor in the air, and then just dunks on him and kills him with a thunderclap, that was me.
He's like, hi.
That was me. That was actually me. But just going back to it, when I'm talking about the destructible maps, let's say there was a Widowmaker on the other team sniping the hell out of y'all. Let's say there was a Soldier 76 high ground just peppering you all with that assault rifle. Well, in this game, you can take out that high ground. So now what? It's kind of like that. That's the one thing that you really have to compensate for. If there's a Torbjorn with a turret somewhere, what if you could just wipe out that whole building or that whole area that Torbjorn is on? Now he is slim pickings for you just to get sent to Duff City. That's the one thing that now there is some work that they have to do with that and some kinks that they have to do with that. But people, you really got to take that into the equation. Anyone who has played Rainbow Six Siege and the destructibility in that game, it's not to that obnoxious, like not to that route to where you getting pixel peaked because you shot a bullet in the barricade, and if you look right here, anything you see walk by is gonna be a hit. It's not to that degree, but it is still a lot of destructible stuff in the game. But you know what? Yes, Overwatch. I wouldn't say Battlefield mechanics because you're not going to bring the whole map down.
No,
it's very specific what you can do. But yeah, for the time that I have been playing that thing, I've enjoyed myself. But I will say, when we talk about it being Overwatch, that's a good thing. But it could be a bad thing for a lot of you, just because if you are somebody, Star-Lord is absolutely fucking cheese. That boy is melted mozzarella. You fucking hate him. If you are somebody who that's me. That's me.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that's me. And that was
Oh,
a death that just got done up like that. I'm sorry. I'm speaking on it. I'm sorry, but that was
Here,
me. I
wait.
like to put that in there, dog.
I gotta go back to it because it just
For all you audio files that can't see what he's playing right now, if you just go watch that trailer, you're gonna see a Hulk just duff a Namor. You're welcome.
right here. Whoop. It was at this moment Namor knew he fucked up.
But
yeah,
shit, I lost my train of thought because I stunted on him. I was so happy for that. I was so happy I got to pull that off.
I'm sorry. How do you not see Overwatch when you see this? Like, it's like, how do you not?
I don't know how you see a BR in this.
Yeah, that too, that as well. I'm sorry. This
okay. If you can go back, I can actually talk about this because it's in the fucking trailer. Go back real quick to the team up ability with Namor. They actually showed it, and a lot of people don't, and you all don't know this, but certain characters do have certain things that they're able to do with certain characters. So there's Luna Snow and there's Namor. So when those two are on the team, right there,
got you. Okay,
that iced up like octopus kind of deal, that is what Namor is able to do when Luna Snow is on the team. She actually helps him to where he can bring that up. There are several other characters. I think there was one with Tony and the Hulk to where some of Tony's attacks could be gamma charged now, so they're souped up damage and stuff like that. But just going back to my previous train of thought because I had lost it there for a second. When I say that it's Overwatch and I say that it's a good thing and a bad thing, I'm meaning it from a point of if you are someone who is a solo queue guy, you want to be able to play the game whenever. You don't really want to have to wait for a team of people to get on just because you want to have fun with the game. If you are someone that likes to solo queue and you get real mad when no one's on the level of you or people are starting to get real, like do real stupid stuff, like you may not have a good time with this, just like Overwatch.
Yeah.
So I think that's really the only negative. You really gotta, man, I love that fucking move. I love that. But yeah, man, other than that, but that's a more player thing. If you're somebody who gets really salty at solo queuing with your teammates and stuff like that, that's other than that, yeah, I had a blast with it. I'm having a blast with it because I couldn't be as mad doing solo queue and stuff like this because everybody was doing solo queue. Everybody's, we all nobody knew what to expect. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. I think if you have fun with Overwatch, I think you're gonna have fun with this too. I think you all will enjoy the third person just because I think a lot of you all, even though you all will complain about the third person, you're going to like being able to see Iron Man. You're going to like being able to see the Hulk in whatever skin you have for him. You're going to like being able to see Namor and Luna Snow with whatever cool skins they put in the game. I think a lot of you all are going to enjoy yourselves when it comes out.
The nobody except me said, can you talk about the X-Men and Carter, how like Magneto, Storm, Magic, etc. play?
I
mean, I could go ahead and give you just a looking at perspective. It is like none of them will probably surprise you. I would imagine.
Okay, here's what I can say. Here's what I can say about the X-Men in it right now. Storm, and I said this in the Discord, Storm is the assist queen.
Mm-hmm.
If Magic gets you, she getting you.
Well, like she did that Dark Child shit, like in the trailer. Like,
in the trailer,
like,
yeah. So once Ilyana Rasputin wants to get a hold of you,
oh, it's over. Illy got you.
pretty much. Magneto, when you're picking your characters and things like that, Storm, you're gonna have a good time. Magic, you're gonna have a good time. Magneto, pick a different tank.
Damn.
Pick a different tank. Pick a different tank, or I'm leaving the game. Pick a different tank, or I'm making everybody in the lobby.
Well, I'm about to say he looks like he plays. What's the name of that dude on Overwatch? The guy that was basically Magneto in Overwatch. The dude that was always floating in the air. Was it Sigma? Was that his name?
Yeah,
Yeah. The dude didn't have no shoes on. I feel like that's how Magneto very likely plays. I don't know.
Okay.
That's a guess. I just assume that is the case. Characters like Mantis and Scarlet Witch, I just assume that somebody is the Mercy between the two of them. That's just how I look at those things. This motherfucker. This motherfucker right here. And I know that there are some people out there who think the Punisher plays like Torbjorn, but I'm going to go on a limb and say you'd be more correct if you said Soldier 76.
Hell no. You don't play with Torbjorn.
But no, like, and I know there's a lot of people trying to say, oh, Valorant this, Valorant that, you know, Paladin is this, Paladin is that.
This is most certainly not Valorant. I was about to say it is like, I can't stress this enough. Overwatch.
Like, yeah. Like, I didn't play it with sound because like it works out better for me if I don't play it with sound. But like, if you just listen to the game, it sounds like fucking Overwatch. And I mean, that's not a bad. Here's the thing. And I've said this before, and I don't know why people take this so personally. If you worked in the gaming industry or in the television industry or in the movie industry or even in the book industry, when you go to pitch an idea for something, do you know, and I think I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. Do you know what kind of language you have to use to get your shit sold? I guarantee you this is what happened. I have no inside baseball on this whatsoever. When NetEase, because I'm imagining that they had to pitch to get this game. When they pitched, I guarantee you the conversation went something like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to do like an Overwatch style game with third person perspective, but with Marvel characters. For those listening at home, like that dead silence, I want that to stay there because that's just me staring at the camera because I'm pretty sure that's what they fucking said. Case in point, got you one better. All these like remember when Taken came out? And every motherfucker was coming out with a Taken clone. Everybody was trying to get that Liam Neeson bag. Oh, so see, check this out. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring back the Equalizer, but we're going to do it with Denzel Washington because he's older now, and it's going to kind of give off them Taken vibes. That's what people do. That's how people pitch shit. And if you can't pitch it that way, you probably ain't going to get shit. It just is what it is. It's just like to call something to point out what something is likely inspired by is not a knock. It's not hating. It's just being honest. And if you can't be honest, then or you can't accept that honesty, I don't know how to help you. But yeah, it is what it is. Like, look at fucking what was that new movie that's coming out right now? Everybody's talking about The Monkey Man. You know what the first thing came out of my mouth was when I saw it? And matter of fact, wasn't even out of my mouth. I saw someone did a news story talking about the when the trailer for the movie came out, and they said John Wick style movie. I guarantee you, when that movie was pitched, when Jordan Peele was sitting in the office and pitching the movie, or was being pitched the movie because he's not directing. I think he's just a producer on it. But I guarantee you, when that movie was pitched, it's like, okay, so check this out. We're gonna do this kind of thing where it's gonna be kind of like John Wick. It's gonna have John Wick style fight scenes, but it's gonna kind of but mix it with that old school 80s kind of buddy cop style comedy, like that kind of Bad Boys style or Beverly Hills Cop style comedy, and then also but have it set in like Southeast Asia or like in India or something like that. That's just what they do. That's just what they do. That's just what they do. It's how things get pitched. Remember when Marvel was like all the, it still is kind of all the rage, but all these other movie studios were like, oh yeah, we want to have our own shared universe. So how would they always pitch it? Oh yeah, so we're gonna have like all the movie monsters, but it's gonna be like Marvel's Avengers but movie monsters. That's how they pitch shit in Hollywood. It's how everything is pitched. I don't care if you're writing a book. I don't care if you're writing a comic. I don't care if you're making a TV show, a movie, a video game, a Saturday morning cartoon. Does not matter. That's how that shit gets pitched. So to call it that is just being honest. But anyway, getting away from all that, I'll play this game for a month and then I'm done. Is just me, because I know how I am. I know how I am. Carter knows how I am. He knows that I do not like sweats. I don't like playing with sweats. I don't like playing against sweats. That shit's just weird to me. Like when people are just so hyper, like, oh my God, like, so, like when people get so angry in the game, it makes me angry. Because I'm like, I play to chill. Play video games as an escape. I can already see this shit gonna be sweaty. I can see that shit gonna be sweaty right now. And yeah, I think, is this gonna be free to play?
More than likely.
Okay, then there you go.
More
So yeah,
I'm pretty certain they're gonna. I don't see anybody charging for this. I think you're gonna try to make your money on the back end with all the microtransactions for skins and things like that.
Which, to be fair, I think is the way to go.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like, okay, here's the thing. I know microtransactions a dirty word. I don't mind microtransactions. So long as you're not holding my game hostage at the cash register.
Yeah.
Like, because you and I, we worked at GameStop around the same exact time, so I know you remember this. When Mass Effect 3 came out, and it launched with day one DLC. Oddly enough, called From the Ashes, I think. Yeah, which is kind of funny, all the From the Ashes talk going on lately. Which gave you the Prothean character. And while they said, "Oh, it's not that big of a deal," he's not integral to the game. That motherfucker gave a lot of context for shit. I kept that motherfucker in my party the entire game just to prove a point. And when I got through, by the time I got to the end of the game, I beat it, went back, played the game without him in my party, didn't even go pick his ass up. Just left him completely out of the game. Dude, the game world feels so fucking empty without him. Because he gives you so much context for shit that's going on and why things are happening the way they're happening. And it's like, dude, this dude was integral. He should have just been in the game. But now you're holding my game hostage at the cash register. I'm not getting a complete game. Azura's Wrath. I love that game. But
nigga, they took the ending from your ass.
Right. They was like, no. They're like when you went to the cash register, you put Azura's Wrath on at the register. Say, yeah, can I get this copy of Azura's Wrath? You know what I would have told your ass? I'd have been like, all right, that's cool. Anyway, I'm gonna need you to hand me an extra $10 to $15 because you are gonna want the DLC with the ending of the game. So I'm gonna bust your head right now for 60 and go ahead and hand over that extra 15. Oh, and you know what? You might as well, because you're probably gonna want the Capcom shit because you're going to fight against evil Ryu and Akuma and shit, even though it ain't got nothing really to do with nothing. But I mean, it's cool and fun. So hey, go ahead and hand me another $10, 10 to 15 on top of that.
I remember. Here's one for you. It wasn't even cut. It was only cut content. It wasn't really cut content. Well, it was cut content if you didn't have internet.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. I remember when I bought Arkham City. I bought it on 360. I could not wait to get in the house and play the game. But here's the thing about it for people that may not remember this or may not know. If you did not, so anybody that remembers Arkham City, you remember playing with Batman. You remember there were also segments where you played with Catwoman, right? Mm-hmm. If you did not have internet, you could not play with Catwoman because you had to download that extra part of the game to where the story would split to where you were then playing with Catwoman again. If you didn't have internet, you just didn't play that portion. You just didn't get that part.
Which is wild to me. Because that was at a time where it wasn't exactly uncommon to not have internet.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you think about it. Like I know, like, because this is something Elite X1 I've talked about off and on, but like the microtransactions that are in Dragon's Dogma 2 that people are so upset about. Here's my thing. You know, I don't care about microtransactions unless they are like the kinds I've mentioned, where like you are, once again, you're holding my game hostage at the cash register. No, I don't like that. If you're selling me like little bullshit items, like there's stuff that's in the game that like would make the game easier for me, I don't care about that because I'm not gonna buy that. If you're giving me like your bullshit skins, weapon skins, I don't care about that either. Because here's the thing. Here's what I find strange is when people get mad about microtransactions because they have no self-control. I have self-control. I can look at something and say, I don't need this. Yeah. And then move on with my day. But yeah, now if we're talking about you're holding the ending of the game from me, you're holding entire sections of the story from me, like that Catwoman. Or you're taking away characters that are kind of integral to the plot of the game, but you know, you're going to pretend that they're DLC to make you feel better. Yeah, I don't like that. That's predatory to me. That is hella predatory to me. Now, yes, if a game is cheaper and has microtransactions, I'm a lot more willing to go along with that. But a game, full price or no, it's kind of why I loved what Sven of Baldur's Gate said. Not too terribly long ago at I think he was doing like a panel somewhere or whatever, but he talked about, or no, this was actually before that, but he was talking about how like people were asking if there was going to be DLC for Baldur's Gate 3. He was like, no, because he said it's a complete game. Yeah.
Here's something I want to ask you so we can go ahead and move on to our recommended, but in regards to Marvel Rivals. Someone in the chat asked, who are you most excited for? Like a 3-character wish list, including one villain for Marvel Rivals.
I feel like my answers will give away some shit. So I'm just gonna. I tell you what. Here. I'll say this. Characters I would like to see personally.
Yes.
I'm actually shocked. I'm not saying this is mine. I'm shocked Wolverine's not in it. But I'm sure that'll happen somewhere down the road. But no, like, yeah, as far as characters, Moon Knight's definitely somebody, I'm about to show my street level. Daredevil, I would love to see some Daredevil in there, but I feel like Daredevil, I think he would probably play too similar to like Black Panther almost. I would worry.
Gotta give me a villain.
And as far as villains, Dr. Doom, baby.
Okay.
Doom. Okay. All caps when you spell his name.
Okay.
But yeah, that's yeah.
Well, they asked you, they didn't ask me, so I ain't gonna answer that question.
Nah, you know too much. You know too much.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
I feel like it's about that time, big dog.
Yeah. Let's get to our here.
Big Blerd. What you recommending this week?
Oh man, I actually had no actual plans to talk about this at all, but my solicits, or not solicits, because solicits was just in my head, but my selection has kind of shifted a little bit. So I'm gonna say X-Men 97 #1. Okay. Which came out this week, if I am not mistaken. Here. Oh, hey, chat. How you doing? I'm gonna move that out of the way just for a moment so I can show there it is. Bam. Okay. So yeah, X-Men 97. Which honestly kind of feels like a necessary book. Or I would say necessary book, but it felt like an actual. Here, I'm gonna move this a little bit because this is. I don't know how that got resized, but yeah. Anyway, it feels like something that like Remember the other day we were talking about like, man, why the fuck is Bishop just kind of randomly hanging around? It's addressed in this issue. You know, like, why is this happening? Why is that happening? Like, there's a lot of context in just this first issue, which I do feel like I know they, you know, because they waited till the release of episode 3 of X-Men 97, which was very good, by the way. And I feel like they try to, were they worried that it was going to spoil something? Because I feel like it would not I mean, I think the only thing it would have spoiled is the involvement of Mr. Sinister, and I guess that would have made Hank's reveal of Mr. Sinister have less hit to it. But yeah, this basically feels like just another episode of X-Men 97. And that's not a bad thing, because X-Men 97 has been on point. And and I say it again, for all those people who were really angry about Storm getting her powers snatched in the second episode, as if that was going to be the last episode that she was on the show whatsoever. It's called long form storytelling. Because guess who shows up in this issue? Or not in this issue, but in that episode.
I don't know if that's long form. That's third goddamn episode. We did all of Inferno in 8 minutes.
No. I'm talking about Storm. I'm talking about the Storm part. Like, but no, like
the power's gonna be back by the next episode. Guaranteed.
Oh yeah, dude. Her actually no. I can tell you. I can actually tell you with all. I can actually say with all affinity. No. At least I don't think so. And the reason why I say this is because you know how I told you that the episodes. The episode titles.
Yeah.
I told you the episode titles had leaked. Well, I can say, just based on the layout in here, I want to pull this up because I don't want to get, this isn't really a spoiler because this is some shit that like Marvel literally put out there. This isn't even a leak. This is actually an official. This is actually an official drop from Marvel. So I'm just gonna pull this up here, and I'm gonna shrink it down just a taste so you can kind of see it a little bit better. But after, you know, so we have what's up here. It says, to me, my X-Men and Mutant Liberation begins March 20th, 2-episode premiere. Then third episode's Fire Made Flesh. And then the fourth episode's called Motendo / Life Death Part 1. And then the next episode after that's called Remember It. And then the episode after that, Life Death Part 2. So by that point, I'm pretty sure Storm will have her shit back. If she does not have it back already. This is why I always tell people, long form storytelling, it's a thing. Just because something happens in one episode doesn't mean that we'll never get it addressed again in like another one. So there's that.
Okay. Right,
so yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. But yeah, the Inferno thing. It's funny you brought that up because one of the cats from Waving the Red Flag said something to me about it. Said it felt like man, it felt rushed. And I was like, well, I said I would imagine you probably would feel that way because I mean, not only did they adapt Inferno, they also adapted part of Dark Web.
You know what I'm saying?
In 8 minutes.
In 8 minutes.
In 8 minutes. It's like, boom. But I will say this.
We're going to waste time on that. I'm going to stop.
I will say this, though. In defense of it, I felt they did a better job of addressing Madeline Pryor than the comic did. I felt that they did it. Well, also, they did a better job of handling how Madeline Pryor comes to be. And they also did a better job of handling how Cyclops deals with the entire situation.
Okay.
I feel like everyone is better for it. Like, I know there are some people like, well, why did she just suddenly turn evil? Well, here's the thing. She has Sinister's genes in her. So if you would imagine how Sinister is, well, imagine how someone who he creates would be. Okay. Especially once they realize what they are. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, I don't care. But but anyway, what's your recommended?
Recommended for me, real quick, real fast, so we can get to these questions. The successor to Tony Fleek's Stray Dogs book came out this week.
Yes,
if you all remember Stray Dogs, Ernie and I talked about that shit ad nauseum. We really enjoyed it. the continue. It's not really a sequel to it. It's more just
It's a spiritual successor.
this one is called Feral. Tony Fleeks is writing this one again. Art is done by Trish Forstner, so it still is going to have that Disney look to it, but it is anything but. Real quick premise. If you take a zombie apocalypse, but make it rabies and cats. So take cats, but it's like The Walking Dead with cats. And I know that sounds just outrageously weird, but if you read Stray Dogs, you will enjoy this.
Yeah.
This was
It's
a
a good
solid first issue. I like when we do this because this just proves for everyone that likes to say that, you know, the boy Blerd here is a Marvel shill, or I only talk about Marvel and DC and things like that. This is good. This is good.
Yeah, it's solid. To be fair, I almost put Local Man. They had a Local Man.
I saw they had
one-shot.
that Bad Girls came out this week. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also very good. It was almost on there, but X-Men 97 was just that good. I will say this, Snack Crumbs asked a question. I'm gonna be honest with you, over on the Twitch side of things. It's
Okay.
actually something we answered earlier, but I will say the short answer is because they don't like taking chances. Talking about they were asking about why did Marvel do limited comic series 5 to 8 issues instead of long comic runs? They don't like taking chances, and that's not just Marvel. That's everyone.
Okay.
That is an everyone problem. Let's get to our questions from the Discord. Let's
right.
see here.
First one here, we got from Qdoma. He's saying, greetings to you, Blerd and Carter, wishing you all the best. My question comes in the form of the new female Black Sentry. I did enjoy the books for it. If you all didn't know, Ernie actually did a video or two on that series. I hope to see more of her in the future. Where do we go from here with the character? And will this carry over into the MUC? I knew what you meant, but I'm gonna say it exactly like as you put it in the Discord. Is this character gonna carry over to the muck? The Marvel Universe Cinematic, is this character gonna carry over to the muck?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Man, I actually was gonna do a video about this. I actually had it scripted, and I think I even shot it, but I just never got around to finish it. I think it's just something that it's becoming one of those. I'm gonna get to it when I get to it. But for those not in the know, the new Sentry, who is named not Sentry, but Solaris.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, they're named Solaris now. So basically, what I said at the very beginning, like even before this book came out, one of the things I said was that the thing that's going to happen is that of all these people who are a part of, because there was several people who were going to become that were fated to become the Sentry. You had Rosalinda, Farhad, Ryan, and then there was also Mallory, who actually does become the new Sentry, but once again, going by the name Solaris. There's also Marv and Denise. So all these characters, more or less, became they gained the power of the Sentry at some point. And then, once again, you get down to Mallory, she becomes that she gains all of that power in the end of it all. But the thing with her, and kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, is that because it's just the power of the Sentry. There's no mention of the Void or any of that. And one of the things I said was that, okay, so out of these characters, and I'm going to right now, all of them are dead with the exception of Mallory and Ryan. So go ahead and get that up out your head now. So it's not going to be any of the dead characters. Ryan had the power of the Sentry, lost his whole fucking mind, and became a psychopath. And while technically she snatched the power of the Sentry out of him. If the story is revisited, I could very easily see it where later on, because Ryan is in the raft, if I'm not mistaken now, he'll probably come back at a later point and be revealed to be the new Void. Because that was basically my thing. I was like, one of these new characters is going to become the Sentry. One of these characters is going to become the Void. Yeah.
Real quick. Zeke Morningstar. Last I checked, from the Jeff Lemire Sentry miniseries, he was no longer corrupted by the Void. He actually was able to come to terms with it, and that's when, if you've seen it online anywhere, the red and black Sentry suit is because he had come to terms with it. To answer that question, just from my perspective, where do we go from here with that young lady? Nowhere, because I don't think Marvel's going to do anything with that character. I think not. If they do, it's going to be way down the line, because you can't do too much with her, because she does have the power of the Sentry, even though she is a TikToker, and she also has cerebral palsy, and there's a lot you could do with that. And I think, even like somebody else said in the chat, with Steven Yeun leaving the film, you could do something with it, but I don't see anything happening with that character for quite some time, unfortunately.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
We got another one here from Urban Prince of Strong Style saying, "Greetings, Blerd and Carter. Question: which Spider-Man and Batman villain would you switch?" Y'all have a blessed Saturday. This should be a quick one.
Yeah. Honestly, Kraven the Hunter, I would send over to Gotham, because I feel like he just would fit in.
Okay.
Him being like, wanting to hunt the deadliest game. If you take like classic Kraven, I feel like, going to a city where a guy runs around dressed up as a bat would probably constitute greatest game.
Okay. I think that, you know what? Let's do it like this. Since you gave us one for Spidey, I'll do Batman, so we can move on here. Okay. So with Batman, I think Spider-Man should have some more serious villains. Give his ass Professor. Give his ass Professor Pig.
Yeah.
Like just serial, like just crazy fucking sociopathic lunatics. So yeah. Batman can get Kraven, and then Spidey would get Professor Pig. All right. We got another one here from Trap God Thanos saying, "Carter and Blair, what's good? I was wondering what your thoughts were on the pacing of X-Men 97. I saw some people. Yeah, we already answered this question. But I will do you a note. You said, side note, Cody Ziegler is giving us the best Miles run ever and doing things y'all been yelling for Miles to have. Own personality, villains, etc. But y'all ain't want to talk about his powers. Get out of here with that.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. So to address, we can address it again. I don't mind, because I didn't really go too terribly deep into it. I'm personally fine with the pacing of the recent episode of X-Men 97, because Inferno otherwise would be a whole season, and I don't know if anyone's ready for that. And it also means stuff that can be kind of like Inferno is one of those story arcs that honestly could have easily been avoided with one conversation, and it would just be, "Hey, Cyclops, talk to your wife. The mother of your child. Talk to her." And Inferno could have been avoided. So the idea that they changed up how it actually functions, the fact that it's not based around the fact that Jean Grey has died and bumped into a random woman who looks just like her and runs. Because here's the thing, I think a lot of people forget that was a story arc that ran for a good long while. A few years, I would dare say. And man, dude, I'm gonna go tell you now. There's a lot of folks I always see complaining about comics. Y'all wouldn't have survived back in the 80s when these comics were originally coming out. The 70s, 80s, and even the 90s to a lesser extent. Y'all would not have survived, because y'all would have been hot about some of these damn comics. Like, what was it, Storm, when she lost her powers in the comics? That heifer went without powers for 4 years. And a lot of people don't even realize it. She didn't have powers for the better part of 4 years, and she was still out here serving. So yeah, people need to leave that alone. But yeah, I think just the in terms of the pacing, I do wish they would have at least done it as a two-parter. But I think they actually learned from the Phoenix saga when they adapted that on the original run of the show, which, to be fair, was fine, but I'm not gonna lie, that shit kind of drug on. Like, I feel like with the benefit of hindsight, I believe they probably would go back and maybe do it in less episodes, because I feel like there was some shit that didn't need to be adapted. Like, they were trying to be like too close. And while, yeah, it was cool back then, going back and rewatching it now, I'm just kind of like, I'm gonna skip this episode.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip this. I'm not gonna watch the episode with Juggernaut because I'd rather watch the meme where he's the Juggernaut bitch.
Okay. All right, next one here from Prince of Apathy is saying, "Hey Carter and Blerd, another Valiant reboot is starting in September. Will it last a year?" So what he is referring to is, I'm just now pulling it up now. There are full solicits for the Valiant books. We got one called The Valiants. We got Bloodshot Unleashed Reloaded. Faith Returns. We got another Rye book. We got another Exo Manowar. We got another Bloodshot. And then we have Fake Rebellion and End Roll. So do we think that this Valiant run will last a year? Yeah.
Well, I remember I found a Reddit post where someone said, this was from some months ago. They said the end of Valiant Comics. Again. Yeah.
I saw that one too.
I was like, well, but no, I don't know. It might last a year, maybe two. I mean, I don't know.
So it's actually funny because I see that Jody Hauser is going to be writing the Faith book, Faith Returns, and I just finished reading her Mother Panic. I think if they're trying to do it the route of how Young Animal did it and how Milestone is forced to do it, just the pop-up kind of thing, I think they're going to do enough to get all the little mini series out, maybe 6 issues, 7 issues, whatever the hell, and then we're done. Then we're done. And I'm seeing like Becky Cloonan, Dan Abnett is going to be on Rye, Jody Hauser is doing Faith, Mauro Mantella is going to be doing Bloodshot, Becky Cloonan is doing Exo Manowar. I heard that.
Okay. I mean,
so yeah,
I think
it'll be enough. I think it'll be enough to, because like case in point, the Dan Abnett Rye book, it's only 2 issues. So I think they'll do enough to finish the books and then just wipe their hands of the whole thing.
That's fair.
Okay. I think this is the last one from the Discord. What's up, Ernie and Carter? I can't see that name because for whatever reason, streamer mode is enabled on my Discord. What's up, Ernie and Carter? Have you guys seen the Neil Adams and Travis Mercer team to drum up hype for their Young Justice pitch to DC? You can find them on Travis Mercer's Twitter. You know what he's talking about?
No. Here, let me. I'm pulling it. I'm pulling it up as we speak.
All right. While you're doing that, nobody except me. No, when we're talking about Faith at Valiant, we're not talking about Faith from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. No. A lot of people know Faith from the Valiant stuff because it was a lot of traction and a lot of news that it came out because she was the first like plus sized superhero. That's how a lot of people know who that character is.
No, 100%. I do want to go back because I missed the super chat and I don't want to do that. We got one here from Gillismo says Capcom and Nintendo have the Predatory DLC on lock and no one says anything about it. Well, the thing is, you know what's sad is there are some outlets that will bring it up, but because they don't want to lose access, they never go as hard in the paint as they could. Like, I like to use this as an example now. This is my new favorite example of how the press should handle people. There's a thing I shared on YouTube. Not on YouTube, on Twitter, I mean. It was from YouTube, but I shared it on Twitter the other day. So if you follow me on there, at Blerd-Fear, you'll probably see it. But a young lady who I'm a big fan of, Olay, some of you may know, she's been on the Breakfast Club more than a few times. She is a political commentator, lawyer, and so on and so forth. She's an overall just intelligent queen. Who I've become a tremendous fan. I've become a tremendous fan of her. But recently she was on The Breakfast Club and had a discussion with Eric Adams, who's like the mayor of New York. And she cooked his shit. And she's had her foot on his neck for the better part of the last like couple of years. But like when she actually met him face to face, she cooked the shit. Like I'm talking about like she fried his shit up golden brown. Like if you imagine throwing some shit in some hot grease, yes, that's what she fried his shit up. For a split second, I thought The Breakfast Club had turned into smoking and grilling with AB. For a brief moment, but but no, that's how I wish the video game industry, like video game news industry, went after developers. Like when we're at the we're at the Game Awards, everyone. It's the 2024 Game Awards, and oh my God, we've got Capcom in the building. Oh my God, Capcom, they made all these.
Ernie. This is the Game Awards. Wrap it up.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, wait. Where's the music? Yeah, that's what they would do as soon as you started actually talking shit.
I know you wanted to say, "Hey, how you doing to everybody?" and welcome them to the 2020. Wrap this shit up now.
Wrap it up. Oh, by the way, we done fired like 20 million people, and anyway. Like, oh shit. Okay, never mind. But no, I wish people did that. Like, say, hey, I know you made wonderful games like Street Fighter and Dragon's Dogma and Resident Evil and da. But yeah, what's up with all these crazy ass fucking DLCs that y'all keep putting out?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. That's yeah, it's kind of wild, man. Why are y'all doing that? They're not gonna do that shit. They're not going to. But
wait. You trying to hold them accountable? Get him to wrap this shit.
Yeah. Tell them. Look, actually, no. Get security out there.
Goddamn Totino's commercial up right now. Put a goddamn Totino's commercial up right now. Get him to wrap this shit up.
You know what they would do? You remember how like they do like picture in picture?
Mm-hmm.
Like they would have like
they just gonna minimize your ass and put a Popeye commercial up real quick.
Look, and they gonna mute the feed. Have a Tostino's commercial up.
Oh shit! Why do you all do such predatory? Love that chicken from like what?
It's like, oh man, dude. Wait, is he still talking? Look. I'm gonna be sitting here.
This motherfucker. I got scared for a moment. That was me, y'all. He actually cut his mic audio files. That's what just happened. That scared the shit out of me for a minute. I thought I hit my mic.
Yeah, no, 100%. No, but yeah, I will say this. I'm gonna tell you what the video, but the video game industry may not call out predatory practices in video games, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call out this 1999 super chat. Yes, thank you for that, Gearless Mo. We appreciate you. Also, we got another one here. This is from Nuck with the $5. Says, I'm really feeling your Bishop take from last week, Ernie. He's so much better now. Yes, he's 1,000% better. So much better. He's written better, done better, everything. Like he's not like I'm sorry. I challenge anyone. If you have not gone back and watched like the old X-Men animated series, go back and watch that shit and watch the episodes of Bishop. That shit's cringe. It is so cringe how angry he is all the time. It's like, bruh, stop. And even in the comics, they've made him so much better. In the comics, he's like, I think when they did that Bishop War College shit, they actually like addressed his anger and made him a more like they actually like talked about it. It was cool. Also, Alex GSP, welcome to Blerd Club Gold. We appreciate you. Also, I didn't get to call this out earlier, but I'm gonna do it now because we did get a follow here from the Unmasked Comic. Thank you for that follow over there on the Twitch side. And yeah, it is what it is. Like, but yeah, I just like to point that shit out because I feel like people tend to miss out. I feel like people tend to miss out on the fact that we live in, I know people say this all the time, but unprecedented times where the video game industry is under fire, but not in terms of like, from news, but from within itself. Where, what was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago? Several different companies were like, oh yeah, we laid off like half our staff or all of our staff or most of our staff except for 3 people. And then the day after that, EA was like, ooh, I want to be a part of this. We laid off a lot of people too. And then it's like, oh, hey, guess what? Hey, don't forget about us. We laid off some people as well. We've I think 2024 has already beat 2023, which was already a terrible year for the video game industry in terms of firings. And layoffs. I won't say firings. Let's call them, they're layoffs, but still. And 2024 has already beat 2023, and we're not even halfway through the year.
All right. We actually since we got to do questions from the chat anyway, there's actually a question from Nerd Large, who is in the Blerd Club Gold Edition for 6 months, saying, Grand Rising, Schoolboy B, Cowboy Carter, and the Blerd Gang. We are not going with that. Thoughts on Netflix's Good Times show? I thought this was the golden age of adult animation. That is the golden age, that in particular, of some of y'all black folks just shouldn't have access to certain things.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be the one that says that. I'm not. This is Carter Presents. This is Sean Carter. That's as much as my name is y'all gonna know saying this. That some Carl Jones, like there are some black people who just should not be given the freedom to do certain shit. And Good Times was something where you should not have been given the freedom to do certain shit. You should have caught several lashes from some Caucasian in Hollywood for this goofy ass shit that you just put out for everybody to fucking digest. That is just me saying it. That is not Ernie Carruthers. That is not Blair Without Fear saying it. That's just me. You needed several lashes to where your name shouldn't have been Carl Jones anymore. I'm sorry. They should have beat the memory of what your name was out of you for this goofy ass Good Times animation. Fuck out of here. I'm not watching it if it wasn't apparent to y'all. Some shit just should have stayed at the back where it was, honestly.
I'm going to talk a little bit more about it this coming week on Nerds and Culture. Yeah, we're going to talk about it a little bit more just because we had too much shit to talk about with the Quiet on the Set shit. But yeah, and I was already mad, so I didn't want to get more mad. I will say this. Without going too deep into it, what I will say is I find it refreshing that we have black people out here creating quality animation like Iwaju on Disney Plus. And here we have on the other side, Good Times. I think that's all I need to say about that. But thank you for those 6 months, Nerd Large. I appreciate you, man. We have also got here is a I'm going back a little bit. Question from Sidious Black says, with the recent news on Mystique's mutation evolution, do you think she's becoming more like Morph now, changing forms, personality, and she comes with handheld accessories like Morph did? Well, I mean, here's the thing: she could already do that. She could already do that. Morph puts on a show, and that's kind of a part of who he is. But Morph is just becoming more like the Age of Apocalypse version of himself. Because original comic book Morph could not do all those things we see him do. But yeah, Mystique, she could already synergize weapons and or not say synergize, synthesize, because I think it was the old Mystique comic from like I think it was the early aughts or the 2010s or something, but she was talking about how she can make glasses like So I mean, making a weapon isn't that far out of the spectrum of
Ernie,
possibility.
can we end the show now? Oh my god.
Why was that?
Christian rapper in the chat. Maybe good times will surprise everyone. You said that with your whole. I don't want to be here anymore. I will see y'all next Saturday. I don't want to be here no more, dog.
This man.
Some shit you just don't need to say with chest. Like, okay. Question from YTube Noob. Does Carter read manga or just comics? I used to read a lot of manga, but I'm about to show my age with this to where I used to read a lot of Shonen Jumps when I was younger. So much so, if you read Shonen Jump, you knew they had the number in the back where you could make your subscription and get charged and everything. But one thing you could do was they would give you the first book free. So what I started doing was calling that 800 number, and funny enough, I can actually bring it all the way back around to Ernie and fucking Propane. I would actually call that 1-800 number every month, giving them a new King of the Hill character on that new issue of Shonen Jump, so I didn't have to pay for it. I did that for an entire 11 months until I tried to do it one final time, and they said that this address is already in our system, and I panicked and hung up the phone.
Damn.
I used to read a lot of, but this was like, again, I'm going to show my age with this. This was early Naruto when I was doing this with the character. I think their name was Haku, and I also had the Trigun mangas as well, but anything new or recent, I have not, but I used to a lot back in the day. I'm kind of lacking on a lot of the current manga stuff, but I need to catch up.
I think, I would, I can definitely tell you that some that you would, I think you would like JJK, Jujutsu Kaisen. I think you'd like it.
That's the one with the nasty pig man face. I don't want to read that one. Or is that Demon Slayer?
Nasty.
Oh no, Jujutsu Kaisen is the dude who ate the finger or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the one. Oh, you were talking about Demon Slayer, the guy with the pig man, which it's just a mask. It's just a mask. But yeah. That's Demon Slayer. Jujutsu Kaisen, that's the one where they're at the school learning how to do jujutsu sorcery, like sorcery and fighting techniques, whatever. I will say this, a word I've gotten so tired of hearing now that I've been going back to reading manga: technique. Everything, technique is basically the equivalent of superpower. And it's not just in Jujutsu Kaisen. They say that shit in Demon Slayer. They say that shit in Go-Go Loser Ranger. I think it's in Kaiju number 8. It's in I think in My Hero Academia they call them quirks. As to not overuse the word technique, but it comes up there as well. But yeah, I've gotten to this point now where I'm so tired of hearing the word technique. Whenever I hear it, I roll. But I still enjoy it. It's one of those things. It's kind of like, okay. Technique. Okay. That's a fancy word for superpower. Anyway, carrying on. Got another one here. This is from Brian Smith. Says, do you guys think the X-Men should have turned to Reed Richards for their Nimrod problem, or worse, Ultron?
I think Reed is telling all the mutants collectively because of Charles and Eric to collectively eat a dick.
Well, no, they're cool now.
It's cool in the sense of you could have a conversation with somebody that you don't like. I think.
Well, no. In one of the recent issues of X-Men, Sync and Kamala smoothed it over. So the Fantastic Four and, well, I don't know about Charles and Magneto, but like the X-Men proper, the Fantastic Four, they're cool now. Okay. So there's that. So here, let's go down a little bit because we got some more. I'm going back. I'm trying to catch all the ones.
That was number 3.
Yeah, it was number 3. Yeah, this one right here will make 4. This is from Bill. Says, what feels better or worse, having microtransactions in Marvel Rivals or buying Happy Meal toys to keep multiverses going.
Is that a thing?
I did
Is
not
that a
know that was a
thing?
thing, but I feel like it is
Wait
a
a minute.
thing.
I gotta look that up. No
Yeah,
way.
I'm pulling it up right now. Oh my.
No way.
They are. Yeah, they are. They are. I see it right here. Yeah, here. I'm gonna pull this up so y'all can I'm gonna pull this up so y'all can see it as well. Yeah, here we go. Bam. Let's zoom this in. So yeah, McDonald's is selling Multiverses Happy Meals. One of 6 unique toys pairing up 10 playable characters to promote the full release of Multiverses at the end of May. I don't know how I feel about
Is this just a way to get certain skins? Maybe.
I don't know. Like, okay. So here's the thing. Huh? I don't. This article was written by ChatGPT. Yeah, this article was written by ChatGPT. I can tell. Yeah, 100%. This ChatGPT article. Granted, this is coming from Game Rant, but yeah, someone used ChatGPT to write this. There's no in-game content. The promotion is purely cosmetic to draw excitement over the game's full release. So, I mean, here's the thing.
Oh, okay.
I think that, yeah, okay. So and I'm going to tell you why I said this is ChatGPT. There's little telltale things. It's little stuff they say that are very, like, obvious mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess not a mistake. I guess technically they are right about one thing. I mean, yeah, you could technically say, like, there's part here where they say, multiverse fighting games. Yes, they are popular, but they are so few and far between to even make that a statement. But there's just also little telltale things that I see in here that are just like,
yeah,
it's like every sentence is a buzzword.
Okay.
Or like a blurb sentence or something or other. But yeah, it wouldn't shock me because everybody does that shit now. But yeah, I feel like this is more just to get the thing off the ground so people will remember that it was. Because here's the thing, a lot of people, because I heard somebody say it earlier, or I saw somebody say it earlier, I didn't hear shit. I know there's some people out there that think that, oh, Multiverses got shit canned. No, it was in beta or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they ended the beta so they could actually work on the game more. Granted, the beta was
switched engines and everything.
Yeah, they switched engines. They took in player feedback, all kinds of stuff. So, I mean, which I know a lot of people like to dunk on them for that, but I mean, I would rather a developer do that than hear the discourse around their game, the criticism, and go, well, man, look, the shareholders need this shit to come out next month, so that's cool, but yeah, we go ahead and put the game out as is. Fuck y'all.
All right. Last question, because I want to see what you think about this.
Shoot.
Because you are the kaiju guy. This is from Super Mishima. He's saying, did you catch the new Godzilla Cross Kong film? Good monster fights, but -1 is still shit tons better. Do you think that these will be able to compete or compare to -1?
No. Because okay, let me say why, because I don't want to make it seem like being dismissive. I haven't seen the new Godzilla Kong yet. I'm going to go probably see it today. I actually wanted to go see. God, voice crack. I wanted to go see it yesterday, but I was building the grill, and I had a sick kid, so I was doing that. Also had some stuff to work on. So and then we also had company come over, so we just didn't have the time. But in light of that, one thing I will say is, no, I don't think you can make a movie of this magnitude and compare it to Godzilla -1, largely because Godzilla -1 actually makes you care about the human story. It is very good at making you not mind when Godzilla isn't on camera. Well, I can't speak for this one, but I can speak for the one before it and the previous Godzilla.
Could they hang?
No.
May not.
No. Because here's the thing, I don't care about the humans. Like, okay, so you know what? The Godzilla movie that had Bryan Cranston in it for like all of 2 seconds.
Yeah.
That part of it, like the human element they had there, I was like, oh, dude, did that? Yeah, I was like, okay, all right, y'all are cooking. Let's go. And then they were like, yeah, we can't afford Bryan Cranston for the whole movie, so we're just going to go ahead and get him on up out of here. And then after that, like after the first like 10, 15, 20 minutes of the movie, rest of the movie is dead to me because there's no human element that's worth a damn. Everyone in that movie is just a paper thin character. And I was like, no, I'm good. Also, it was weird seeing Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in the same movie where they're a married couple and just previously they were brother and sister. It was just weird to me. So I was just like, I can't unsee this. Yeah, you forgot about that, didn't you?
I forgot she was in that movie.
Yeah, she was. But you know why you forgot? Because she's barely in it.
Okay.
But I just couldn't care. And then when they did the Godzilla, what was it, King of Monsters or whatever it was called, that one, I didn't care about any of the people in that movie. I was like, y'all all suck. I was like, y'all are terrible. And I don't mean like you're terrible people. I mean like you're just not interesting. You're paper thin characters. Then they come out with the last one, the previous Godzilla Kong thing, and I was like, okay, I was like the monster shit's cool, but I was like, I really don't care about y'all. These y'all little folks. I was like, look, wake me up when the fighting happens, because that's all I care about. Godzilla -1 was not like that. I was like, oh my god, what's gonna happen to the baby? Oh my god, who's gonna take care of the kid? Are these two people who started off as strangers who don't even know each other? What's gonna happen to them? What's gonna happen? Like, are they gonna stay together? Are they gonna be able to take care of this child? I was like, oh my god. What's gonna happen? Oh my god! Oh my god! Godzilla is stomping through the city, and these people they literally just got bombed to hell and back. How are they gonna? I was like, oh my god! How are they gonna survive? I wasn't thinking that in those other Godzilla Kong movies. I wasn't like, oh my god! I wonder how they're gonna get to the center of the earth. Oh my god! How are they gonna? How are these people? How is what's the man? Is it Ken Watanabe? That was in the Godzilla.
So.
Yeah. I was like, how is he gonna survive going to the center of the earth and reviving? I don't give a fuck about him. Wake Godzilla ass up, get your ass on up out of here so I can watch Godzilla fight some goddamn monsters. Get your ass up out of here. Talk about some let them fight. Man, get the fuck on up out of here. I'm trying to see Godzilla whoop King Ghidorah's ass. Get the fuck out of my face with that shit. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah. It just. I'm sorry. I just no. Let's stop. And you know what? And Elite X1 said exactly what I'm afraid of. They tried to give us another kaiju showcase with this new film, but the shit is all over the place like a Transformers movie. See? No. See? It is what it is. It is what it is. But you know what? You know what isn't is what it is? You know what is so much better, Carter? Do you know what's better, Carter? I can tell you what's better.
Street Fighter 3 Third Strike? Because that's why my phone is ringing.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, all right. That's I no. I can tell you what is better. Romy Forever. Just showing some love. Just dropped $5 super chat. Just show some love. Yeah, that's the type of shit that's my shit right there. You know what I'm saying? That's my shit. That's why I like to see. But you know what else I like to see? I like to see y'all in here in this chat being so awesome and amazing and great and kind and you know, just wonderful people. Look at that. Just 258 likes in here. We got 203 people because, you know, they know we're about to wrap up. Also, you know what? We have a new moniker now that I'm going to start using. And yeah, I will just also, oh man, dude, don't put spoilers to that goddamn movie in the goddamn chat. I know people are excited, but I don't know if I can do that from here. Hold up.
Oh no, nothing about Third Strike, y'all. My ringtone is the character select from Third Strike. That's what I heard going off at the last minute.
Yeah,
Nothing about you right.
I got to put you in timeout for a minute, big time. I got to put you in timeout for a minute. We're getting ready to leave anyway. I can't. Also, I just wanted to get rid of that because I don't want spoilers in the chat for Godzilla Minus One. It's a relatively recent movie, and I think you should go in as cold as possible. Anyway, carrying on. We're gonna have a new moniker when we start kicking off these shows from now on. Because I want to thank you all for making the Blerd Cave not only the #1 comic book news stream on this or any other Earth in the multiverse, but also making it the comic book news stream where motherfuckers don't even want to go live when we're live on Saturdays. This stream is the face that runs the place. Okay. This stream is the face that runs the place. Okay? Saturday mornings belong to the Blerd Cave. Us. I
told you.
So, yeah, don't nobody want to go live when we live. If they do, Lord help them. Anyway. That said, it is all thanks to you all, and I want to say shout out to each and every one of you. Y'all are fantastic, amazing, great on both the YouTube and Twitch side of things. We're gonna get out of here. I'm debating whether or not we are going to drop any more videos this week. I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place on that. I think, you know what? The video that I said was coming soon that so many months ago is finally going to release because I felt a little weird dropping it during, Women's History Month. But we are going to drop it, coming up. I might even do it as an April Fool. Nah, I won't do it as April Fool. That seems mean. But yeah, stay tuned. I got a new video that'll be coming up here in the next couple of days, so keep it locked. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, so that way you don't miss out on anything. Also, Carter, do you have anything that you want to bring up before we leave?
No, I'm gonna go get some food right now because I'm starving, and then I'm gonna come back here and read issue 8 of the Penguin that came out this week that I did not know.
Yeah, I need to read Gargoyles issue 12. I need to read issue 12 of that. That said, thank you all so much, and don't forget to if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that like button on the way out. If you want to catch more streams, make sure you show up on Thursdays for Nerds of Culture every Thursday. So make sure you do that. And for Carter Presents, I am the Blerd without fear. And you know what? Just because he's in the news again. Ezra Miller!
Oh, yes.
You can go to hell.